Y'all hear me now? Can you hear me now? The stream is going, but no, I mean I made the live stream up and put the link out there. Let me also put it. Oh no, wrong link. You dummy. We'll figure this out. Whoa, these are huge mosquitoes. All right, edit. All right. Yeah, Daniel, he can't. Yeah, can't see us. All right. Let me. Hey, there we go. Now we're up. No, YouTube. I did post it to Facebook, but no, because the internet my father has. Um, and likely, yeah. All right, the Zoom meeting here. Now I have to go to Zoom and do my settings in Zoom. This is what is Todd? What do you always say? Prior prepper proper planning prevents poor pissing match. I don't remember that too. Whoa, what is that wind? Are you outside? Were you outside? Or is that you, Todd? I heard my yeah. Wow, that fighter jet was loud. Matt, yeah, Matt in the chat says prior planning prevents piss poor performance. If I even knew the saying, I would have known that too. All right. He did. Oh, he caught that. And then let me see though. In theory, when I do this, there we go. We've got multiple cameras over here. Okay, cool. Um, that is true. Do have all the good equipment. So, with that, let me actually get to where I can be seen. Hi there, friends. We are doing a three-way brew day. I should have rethought how I said that. I know I should have rethought how I said that. We are all three brewing autonomously away from each other and not touching. Um, Todd, I liked Todd. Your setup's probably my favorite, man. Like I like that angle. That's good. But you are you. I mean, yeah, and you. Yeah, could you do that? But and dude, the mosquitoes here are massive. What the heck? So yeah, they're intimidating though. So I think the plan we're gonna all like James. Where are you at? Are you in your boil or are you? Okay, perfect. So we just mashed in 7 minutes ago. So we've still got time on our mash, and we are doing 10 gallons of breakfast stout, and we totally maxed out the cooler brew. I mean, it is. Oh, you know what? They could. I don't think anyone could hear y'all. Now they can. Now I put y'all through, but
Oh yeah, you had us muted.
only through. I know I had y'all muted, but that's the funny thing about this board is I could hear y'all just fine. No one else could.
Oh,
Yeah. So anyway, so we're here. We're brewing 10 gallons and maxed out the cooler brew. I mean, it's to the brim. It was a huge. It was 30. What was it again? 34.
33 and 33, between 33 and 34.
Like 33 point some odd pound of. I did, Daniel. I screwed up. They're saying they can't hear James. You can't now. James, do a mic check.
check,
Yeah.
check.
Y'all should hear him now. I muted them. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, sorry.
Todd, can you do a mic check?
Sure. Can you hear me?
Much better. Much better.
All
I apologize to. We are on a shoestring Wi-Fi out here because Todd killed our hotspot ability. So
Because you told me,
I
you
would-
said, I never use it, save some money, go ahead and kill it.
I would never say that. That's not true. You think I don't like spending your money? Are you kidding me? When have I? Yes, Daniel, my pop. I'm charging his mic right now. We'll get him mic'd up. He just abandoned me to get hot sauce. My mom made us. What did she make us? Ooh,
Oh, she made burritos,
Chorizo-
tacos.
chorizo and egg
My wife
tacos.
did really good.
Oh, they're the best. I'm so jealous.
When I'm actually chewing, I'll mute it, guys. It's not an ASMR channel. But yeah, my pop, he went inside to get hot sauce, and he'll be back. But yeah, we are mashing. Todd, what did you end up brewing today?
Sorry, I was trying to check and see if Eric might, Eric, if Jeff might be able to get on, but I'll look at it in a second. So, well, I don't know for sure what to call it. The actual official name of the recipe is Sweetie Kisses, but I'm not a huge fan. I'm thinking about maybe calling it the Evil Thug Brewing Brown. That sounds good, right? I'm sorry, Evil Thug Brewing Brown Rye.
Brown rye.
It's a rye brown, I believe. It's a style like an English brown, but with rye. So it's got pale ale malt, of course, and then it's got rye malt, and it has chocolate rye, and then I think English medium crystal. I think we used like a 70, a special roast, and a black malt. So it is looking good, and it is looking very, very brown.
And you called me right when I got here to start unloading, like 7:55 in the morning. Hey, are you guys done mashing yet? I'm boiling right now.
I don't know what the hell y'all been doing all day.
Yeah, he started earlier than us and even took a swim. So he's a badass.
Yeah, I know. I can't wait to come up there next week and have inappropriate pictures of me in your pool now. This is going to be great for our Instagram.
This really is. I have not received an answer. I don't know if you have a phone number or any other way to reach out to him. You might want to reach out to him on social media, Josh.
I will.
Okay.
Ethan,
good.
sorry, I saw it in the chat. We got our core group with us. I love it. We have Todd was convinced no one was going to watch this part, especially at this time.
I was waiting for everybody to join me at 6:30, and nobody was here. So.
All right, I'm going to take a breath from eating tacos.
I
God,
was
that's so
dropping
good.
the ingredient into the kettle at 6:30.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good start.
And then
I've got to go get some stuff ready because I'm getting towards the end.
yeah, go for it, James. What are you brewing today, my friend?
Vienna lager.
The Dos Equis. It was a Liz request, right?
Yep. Yep. She wants the Amber Dos Equis clone from Homebrew Supply, so that's what I'm doing.
Yep. We usually do what Liz asked us to do. It's pretty.
No, she does so much. It's
Exactly.
worth it.
I agree completely. Ethan said, wow, I just choked on a piece of chorizo. Ethan said, it's given distraction at work, this live stream is, so don't tell his boss. I won't tell your boss if you don't tell my boss what I do during the day. And he stepped up. Oh, he hears me. Oh, he's here. Oh, no.
I heard that. Hey, by the way, James, thank you for brewing that for my wife.
Oh, anytime. I get a little to take home, so it's always it's a win-win.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good point.
So this is actually pretty cool. My other one is missing, James. It's missing off the face of the earth. Is it there at the office?
Is it the stainless or copper?
Yeah, stainless one.
No.
Yeah, it's disappeared. Josh took it, but I can't prove it.
That's not true.
No, if I see you using it today, Josh.
I got a copper one here.
Dad, you said how much water we need for sparge? Dude, we read it totally wrong. Yes.
Good. Those are going
At
everywhere.
1.25, it would be 10.5. Yeah. Okay.
Actually, I put less, to be honest with you, because I only had 11 gallons in here.
Yeah.
And I still had 2, so I really only had 9 gallons in there.
Daniel says, you guys are making me jealous because I haven't had a chance to brew since May. He's still milking his Kolsch. Hey, that's not a bad beer to have in the old teaser. What, Pop?
Hey, I've got, by the way, the Kolsch here is looking pretty good. I'll show you.
Let's do 6 or 5.5. 5.5 or 6. And we'll be good. Dang. Okay. I think the plan, y'all correct me, James and Todd, if I'm wrong. Are we going to do the 250th at 1 p.m. or are we going to do it before that?
I just thought we would do it now. Is that?
I need a longer hose.
Todd didn't want to do the actual episode part of it until he was done. He can't do it with distractions. I can put my dad to work. It's fun.
Say that. Yeah. I said we should coordinate when we're all in a good place. I didn't think I'd be done when we did it.
Well, I didn't think you'd start at 4 in the morning. I didn't think you'd start at 4 in the morning. Dan in the chat says that Todd looks like he's cleaning out his garage. You should, yeah. Here's the trick. Todd doesn't clean out his garage. His wife and mother-in-law do.
Good Lord. How am I going to get this off of here to put the? So I don't have a big enough. I don't have a long enough hose for where I usually put that. So I got to move this. But this weighs 5,000 pounds. Oh well. Wham.
I will say I have a lot of good questions and stuff that were sent in for the episode and feedback. And some of my favorite feedback were the ones that were actually constructive and congratulatory. So it's nice to see those in my inbox.
Oh, cool. So you're saying minimal trolls?
Minimal. Mm-hmm.
Were they constructive or were they helpful?
No, you're right. Well, constructive, I don't view that as a derogatory word. I mean, constructive is like, oh, I like this, and, maybe in the future you implement this, or whatever.
I always think if it's constructive, there's something negative being said.
Because that's how you use that word with me.
Yeah.
Getting clear.
All right.
We got a false bottom.
Let this bad boy out.
Jimmy just said that he's been brewing beer for a friend's wedding. That's nice. What are they drinking? Because we're brewing beer for a party, Liz's birthday party. I almost said her age. That's not polite. But she's having a birthday party coming up. And
Our 60th.
Oh, Todd, how dare you?
What? She's just not making it a secret. It says it on the invitation.
People in our community didn't get that invitation, though. That's my point.
Yeah. We're proud of the fact that we've made it so far. All right.
What do you have fermenting? Is it the Kolsch? Because I don't see your fermenter over there. Oh, I see it. Back left corner. Back left corner. I see it.
Yeah. Let me see. Oh. I'll get a little sample so y'all can see it.
Oh, you just want an excuse to drink at 10 in the morning?
It's Friday. I've got a lager in the conical over here.
Oh, you let me try that last week. That lager's going to be good. It was already crispy. I like your lagers. When I say crispy too, I also mean that kind of biscuit aftertaste.
Yeah.
That ending note. Murray, hey, take it easy, dog. We had a little spill in our mash and he came over and cleaned it up for us.
Of course. That's sweet.
Turns out dogs like it. Do I have a good shot of the dogs like the mash? Oh, I gotta move that camera down just a little. And then
Yeah, this has got powdered yeast, dry yeast, so it's real. I'll let y'all look at it.
Is that the Kolsch shot?
Yep.
Keep talking. So
It's not really clear yet, but it's getting clear. What do you think, James?
Looks good.
Oh, wow. That one looks good too.
Yeah, it's dry yeast, so it's real powdery.
Oh,
It
yeah.
finished off good, but it's going to take a while. I'm gonna filter it with a 1 micron filter when I do keg it. So.
Oh, yeah.
Jimmy is brewing a vanilla cream ale, a smash lager using sapphire hops. Oh, big mosquito. That's not part of his brew day. Blueberry and pomegranate seltzer and an IPA. Dang, that's all over the place. I like that. You got to let me know. On the seltzer, are you actually doing the fermentation yourself, or are you using like vodka or something? Because I saw a recipe for hard seltzer I'm going to try for my wife where it's no fermentation at all. It's all post-fermentation, just basically mixing stuff in a keg, carbonating it, and you're good to serve. But I know a lot of people, Imperial, what is there? Is it Bubbles? What is the one that they do specifically for hard seltzers and kombucha? I think they call it Bubble, not kombucha. They'd be using a
Is
Scooby.
it Bubbles?
I think Bubbles is the one that they're seasonal that they have for. I don't know. Our buddy Kenny, I don't see him in here. Brewer Seville made one and did it that way, and then I showed him that other recipe, and he was like, "Oh, why am I doing it the hard way?" I was like, "I don't know, man. Like, story of my life is finding the easy way to do it."
It is Bubbles.
Boom, gotcha. Mosquito, sorry. They're huge. Oh, no, I didn't get it. God, that's huge. It's a hummingbird. Crikey. Oh, and I just see our screen. Oh, that's not that bad a delay. We're only like 7.5 second delay from when we're talking and they see us. That's nice. 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Got him. 10. Got him. Look at that. I killed him. I'll do it again. I'm actually super impressed that YouTube is saying we have an excellent connection. That gives me hope because, like I said, the internet out here, he's not here now. My dad is cheap, and even though he retired from AT&T, and they probably give him good discounts, he still has the lowest plan. So it's like 15 down and 5 up. It's terrible. I mean, I think I pay $80 for 500 down and 150 up. And he has.
I paid 97 for 14 up and about 3 down.
Well,
14 down, 3 up.
But the trade-off for you, dude, is that you live on your out there with no one around. I would, that's not a bad trade-off. Where I live. I don't get me wrong. I love San Marcos. Actually, Christy and I we went for a walk the other night and just talking about how much more we appreciate where we're living now than our last house. Todd's been there. You probably understand. Well, Todd is also a long time San Martian. He lived there for a long time. San Marcos is a great. We're extremely happy there, and a perk of it is that because there's so many people there and the infrastructure, our internet's cheap compared to what y'all have to pay. But
Yeah.
but y'all told me y'all are both on Starlink, right? I mean,
No, we signed
the
up.
waiting list. Pardon me. Yeah.
We did that, Matt, back in March or April.
Damn.
Hadn't heard crickets.
I thought
would think.
I thought they'd been
we
beta
would
testing
know
already.
something.
Yeah, you would think.
Yeah.
Still hot.
While we're mashing, if for those of you, because the viewing is going up, my pop and I are brewing a 10-gallon batch of our Imperial Coffee Stout. It's a breakfast stout from Founder's Clone, and we're mashing right now. We are 23 minutes into our mash. James is about to have mash out, I believe. 5 minutes.
I'm heating it up to 169, and then that way it won't take long to get to 170 and do the sparge.
Do your sparge, yeah.
Todd doesn't do a mash out. I do, and it's probably not necessary, but
I like it when you do the mash out. I feel like it makes a difference, especially with your lagers. I really do.
it'll hold the profile. That's what
Right.
I believe. When you do a mash out, the whole purpose of it is just to stop any more sugar conversion. And typically, at the end of the mash, especially with doing a mash out, you create some quite a bit more alpha sugars, and so I try to. In an ideal world, you want to get there in just seconds, and maybe the commercial breweries are able to do that. With home equipment and one burner, it takes a while. So do create some alpha sugars, the big sugars, so it creates a little bit of body to do with a mash out. If I wanted a really dry beer, I wouldn't do a mash out.
Right.
I would just keep it in the beta range, and just as soon as I'm ready, just initially start sparging, and that way I don't have as many long sugar chains created.
Oh, now you.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. Sorry, YouTube just gave me this big alert now saying YouTube's not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. What? You have plenty of video. What are you talking about, YouTube? It literally went from your stream is perfect, excellent, and then in 30 seconds it goes, nope, damage, done, and another freaking hummingbird mosquito. We'll see what's going on. I had to jinx it by making fun of my dad. I bet you he went inside. He heard me talking trash about his internet, and he went inside and turned on every device possible, and just turning on stream.
What I would have done.
Yeah, I know that's what you would have done. If y'all are getting delays, let me know, please, in the chat, because I want to make. Okay, it went back to excellent. I don't know what I did.
Good though,
Whatever I did worked. I love getting all the credit and none of the blame. All right. Yeah, it says excellent. Okay, so yeah, James is about to do mash out. Todd is cooling down. Or you're 15 minutes left. Where are you at?
I got 10 minutes left. I'm going to go ahead and put the next top edition in.
You've got some hop additions.
All right, so they give me the right amount. Yep, give me exactly the right amount. They gave me too much of the other one. I realized that's what it opened.
Let me see.
But not very much.
My other cameras seem to be working. I still need to move that one. And when my dad gets out here, again, I'll mic him up.
1, 3 and a half. 1, 2,
We're gonna
3.
go over this stuff when we do the actual episode recording. But a lot of questions that I got in the last 48 hours were regarding 250 episodes, favorite moments, all that stuff, and that is one of the questions. So if y'all are in here now for the live stream and you watch the show, it's going to be redundant. But I have to say, I was thinking about it, and I have a ton of favorite. Like, one of the people asked, "Who is your favorite guest?" And we have a ton of favorite guests.
Oh, I know that one immediately.
Who'd you say? Who'd you think for me?
No, I don't have no clue for you. I'm talking about me.
I'll just say Horst. I don't know who you were gonna say.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, Horst.
We gotta
No,
get.
he's an alt beer guy. Why would I not pick him?
Horst is the best.
What's number 2?
For me, number 2? I didn't even think.
Uh,
Probably Jim Miller, but
I
because I'm partial to
Oh,
MMA.
I totally understand.
Yeah.
Me, it was John Blank.
Oh yeah, dude, John's always fun. You're right.
Yeah, he's a cool cat.
John, yeah, Ethan in the chat said Horst. Yes, Horst was my favorite. And we've had him on twice, and he's always willing to come back on. He made it clear. I want to brag a second. He's told us, and I'm not going to name names of other podcasts. He's named names to us and then told us we're his favorite. Now, he might be just sweetening us up, but he told us he has the most fun with us. So if you've seen him on other shows, just remind those people, you're not as fun to him. You're not as fun. Because I'm petty like that. Jimmy said that the seltzer was fermented with English yeast and has a beer ester aroma, but the amaretti blueberry flavor is super clean. That sounds nice for a hard seltzer. And blueberry is interesting.
Yeah, I guess we got to do that. We got to try brewing some seltzer.
I agree. And again, I take the lazy man approach of using the puree, using a vodka, carbonate, and then, 6 parts water or whatever. It's obviously a lot more water than vodka. But I mean, it depends what our goals are. But it's
I think I would do it with something like rice or solid, something that ferments.
Yeah, I was
out
just saying
clean.
you'd want to do the fermenting, right? I'm talking about just mixing stuff in a keg. Yeah, you should.
Maybe infuse a little bit of fruit like lime and lemon.
And Bubbles might also be their cider one too, right? I believe it's for both.
I think so.
I think
yeah.
so.
Yeah.
We Todd, do you have who over the 250 episodes, which don't do the math, guys, but it's been like 6.5 years because we did a year of darkness. But Todd, who would you say off the top of your head is your number one favorite guest?
Ditto for y'all. It's kind of boring, but yeah. I mean, we all have the same one, but I guess we're consistent.
Horst is your favorite one as well. You just don't want to. You just didn't want to think about.
Both times. I have no idea why you haven't had him back on again.
Well, when we did Kolsch Cup, the last time we talked about having Horst on, we were like, we could do an alt beer one, fly him down, and have him judge them, and we just didn't come to fruition yet. COVID and other stuff, and that's another thing too.
Him on as a guest, not for.
No, I know, but I'm saying that's the last time we've even talked to him. Well, you like having him on usually for a purpose of like, he's going to go over the history of this, or he's going to go over that. What topic would you, if we could get him back on and have him address like a topic? What's the topic you'd want to hear his take on?
I don't know. I haven't thought about it.
James, is there maybe water chemistry?
No, I don't think I want to hear that.
Well, remember his opinion on water.
That's why that's why I said that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, he.
Not as important as people think is what he said.
He. I'm trying to think. Well, we could have him. I mean, we could talk about sours with him.
Putting him on Roblox tablets. I know how y'all love those.
Yeah. Oh, Brew Show's in the chat. What's going on, man? Hope if anyone else is brewing today, let us know. It is an early start, but Todd is always an early bird on brewing. And James usually on brew day starts when you get to the office, right? You don't make it a point to get there too early.
Yeah. I'll fire everything up, get it to temp before I leave the day before.
Yeah.
Yesterday was at 148, left, came back this morning, turned everything on, is at 101. So
I am super jealous that you guys are brewing on the electric on the Brautag. That does make me jealous today, specifically for temperature control and batch size, because
You took that one, Josh.
I took what?
It is absolutely functioned perfectly today. It is really nice.
Yeah.
It's working here. The one here in the brew room at work is it's just that last batch and this one. It's been so far going pretty flawless.
In the chat
The
log.
only problem I'm having is with efficiency's
Yeah, efficiency's too high on these
I need to
systems.
cut my recipes down because the efficiency's too high.
Well, what do y'all think? Honestly, you're like 85, better than 85.
I don't know. I mean, it's every time I brew, it's way over. Something's going on with this thing. It's totally dark inside, no matter what I do. I wonder if it
Why?
fogged up on the end.
Josh, I would say probably 85 is standard for the system.
Dang, which that is high. That is high because I think
Yeah.
most recipes. Lorena, I remember saying, I think she made some for 70%. Does that
Yeah,
sound right?
70, 75 is usually what I shoot for when I make a recipe.
Right.
All right, I'm gonna have to go to my old standby. That's not working.
Oh my goodness,
Something
these
happened.
mosquitoes.
Okay, we're ready to mash out. So I'm going to change my timer.
All right, he is mashing out. Todd is cooling down, and we are still.
I'm not cooling down yet.
How much time we have left? In about half an hour. We started at 50 on the button, so almost 30-ish minutes of our mash. Oh, I'm sorry, I've not been paying attention. Can you hear me? Do you see those?
Okay.
Do you see those mics on that stool that are all plugged in? Can you hand me all? You can unplug them all and hand them to me, please. All you unplug from the USB and hand me all those. Yep, those are microphones. Because we're gonna switch over to those. I'll put one on you. I should have warned every time. I do that every time because these mics are terrible with the. Oh, Daniel in the chat. Todd, were you just? Oh, you are using a refractometer. Yeah. Can you do the Explorer look
Hey, guys,
into the camera?
I broke it.
Did you really break your just now? You broke the
I don't
hydrometer?
even know how. I just picked it up and it's broken.
Yeah. No. You can unplug them. Don't unplug them from that. I'm saying you can unplug it from the device. Yeah.
Yeah.
On all of them, please. Oh, Todd.
That was that was a French one that's always so accurate.
But you still have your Pops like ancient one, right? You haven't broken that.
Yeah, I've got the one from Tesla. It's super accurate.
Nice, James. That's a fan favorite
That's
sticker.
the last one. I'm not giving it out to nobody. That's the very last one.
I know. Thank you. We had like a 8-week delay on. We still have like another 2 weeks before they're coming in. Can't everybody look?
Everybody wants that one, or the
Everybody
broken
wants that
hydrometer one.
But don't you hate how every company that we deal with, no matter what, even if it's a vendor or a supplier of paper goods or whatever, everyone has delays, and they're saying they're short staffed,
Yeah.
or most of them say, oh, with COVID.
Raw materials.
In raw
That's what we
material,
get a
that's
lot.
and they're
raw
And
materials.
I don't suspect they're
I can't
lying.
believe I just broke another hydrometer.
YouTube, quit messing up, man. What is? It probably is your internet. So if YouTube's messing up like this, when we do the actual podcast recording, I might have to kill it so that the bandwidth doesn't get messed up for. No, I won't have to. They can stay in here and watch it. It's just it'll be a poor viewing experience, probably down to like 380p or whatever's the lowest resolution, 240, whatever it is. All right, let me start getting some of this plugged in.
Hey, it's going good. I'm at 169.
Oh my goodness, Dad, these mosquitoes. Do you have spray? Oh man, I am getting torn up. Dan's saying Todd's just trying to sell his hydrometer decals. No, we don't have any more. Oh, that mosquito almost got you. God, they're huge. Yep. Yeah, you don't like that, do you? Huh?
All right, I hope I don't break the stamp. Let's see if this one works. Now I gotta have a burger. 16 point, maybe 7.5.
Didn't know I'd come to do the show from Australia. What is going on here? Like
What did you
everything.
end up with, Todd?
Huh?
What did you end up with?
16.75. I'm trying to find my bridge converter. My other one stopped working.
Yeah.
It's real dark. It's never done that before. It may have got some condensation inside.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what it is. But what?
Does this have DDT
Oh, you're
in it?
figuring that
No,
out.
this is
So
natural.
you started
It's not
off.
gonna work.
You were
It says it's
supposed to be
natural.
what, and then you ended up with what?
Well, I'm not
No,
done
it's
yet.
fine.
I'm not
It's
free.
just-
Here's some stuff that's even more natural.
I
I'm just
no, I
trying
don't
to see
want
what
natural
the-
stuff doesn't work. Look, I know. No, I don't want deep free. I want deep plus. No, it says deep free. I want all the DEET. I just want DEET. I don't want. Well, she buys the deep freeze
I'm
stuff
at
because
Can you make some mosquito spray over here?
my
What was
mom.
that, Todd?
The real stuff. We want extra deep.
I don't know. Let me see.
Do y'all use DEET? Todd and James, when y'all do mosquito spray.
Gosh, get deep woods off. Go to Walmart. That's what
Yeah.
I get.
Yeah, because it has a ton of DEET in it. That's what you want. That's what mosquitoes don't like. Not this like my mom read something. You know, don't call CPS on me, guys. I'm sure it's a bad parenting to use DEET on your kids. But my mom and my wife, they'll buy the DEET-free stuff because apparently, oh, it's bad for your skin and causes cancer. Da, da, da. Look, I'm not okay with cancer. I'm not okay with mosquitoes either. And they're biting me. I sprayed the DEET-free stuff, and one just landed on my leg. He's just like, oh, thanks for smelling good. I like it to smell good
Well,
when
I'm
I'm
getting
eating.
about 17 on the bricks.
Where are you supposed
What am
to?
I-
Okay.
Where are you supposed to be at?
I've got a converter here.
It's saying 1.069, close to 1.0.
DEET-free, mother? Really?
And I need to be at 5.2. So I am going to be adding a lot of water, but that's going to be a lot of water. Wow. Now that can stop
See,
the boil.
this is what I like, James. It goes out of its way to tell you contains DEET. Lots of DEET.
Oh.
Keep away from children. That's the good stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
Parents used to slather that
I
stuff.
was going to
on
say,
the-
my skin's burning. That's how you know it works.
Yeah, yeah. If you feel like you're back in Nam, you know it's working. All right. So, what did you get, James?
You know what? It's not converting.
Dan in the
I
chat,
can put in.
what, you said 16.75 Brits?
Yeah, 17. Sorry.
Oh, he said if it's 16.75 Brits, it's 10.68.7.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Okay, good. So we're the same. Yeah, I needed a lot less than that. So let me-
See, now the mosquito doesn't know what to do because I have DEET. All right, I'll stop marketing for DEET. Today's show
16.75. That's pretty.
Today's show is brought to you by Cutter.
1060.
Repels
1068.
mosquitoes, but causes cancer. Cutter.
That's pretty good, Todd.
Yeah, it's pretty high.
Yeah.
I need to get it down to what? I need to get it down to, shit. I need to get it down a lot.
And that's at 70 degrees. So,
Yeah, I need to get it down to
oh, I've got sparkling water on the
14.
Yeah, where do you get some DEET
the
in that,
kegerator.
DEET in the breakfast stout? That's what gives it its flavor.
Yeah, 13.5. That's going to be, how many gallons are there? I'm going to go turn my water on.
Hey, why don't you go turn your water off? When you do that, I'm going to switch to there's my mom in the garden. There's my dog. That's the secondary brew cam. And then the third brew cam, there's my pup. It's kind of blurry. Puppies, brew space, and back to us. Todd, you're going to have time. You could do a double brew day. I mean, you don't have the space for it, but you have the time, that's for sure.
All right, I'm cooling. We're at 203.
Daniel in the chat says he's learned more about mosquitoes than brewing on this episode. Hey, buddy, that's what you get for coming to the exclusive live stream. Okay, this is the grade A content we give when you are in our Trub Club. I don't know if you were in here for that part about the mash out. That was some good brewing knowledge that James. If you wanted brewing knowledge from Todd, you would have had to been up 4 hours ago. All right, I'm about to switch us over to. What's that?
I'm at 1080 on gravity,
Huh?
but I haven't sparged yet.
Oh right, yeah. Well, don't use your Wi-Fi to stream it. That's what you're. Oh, okay. I was gonna say because if you're. Okay, I was gonna say because if you're using your Wi-Fi streaming, you're gonna kill. Okay. Found the culprit. All right. Let's see here. Can you put that mic? Clip it to the top of your shirt, please. It can either go inside or outside the shirt. The outside usually prevents it from rubbing, but inside is fine too. I know, Daniel. Daniel in the chat says never should have changed the name from Super Duper Homebrew Club. Blame Todd for that. That's not us. That wasn't me. That was Todd. Todd, we could go back to Super Duper Homebrew Club if you're okay with it.
No. 190.
And then, hey, Lance, what's up? Our buddy Lance said he can't brew today. He's got 100 pounds of sausage to make. That sounds fantastic. Todd, you haven't made sausage this year. Did you made it at the end? I mean, you're going to, I assume, with the season coming up.
I make sausage after I shoot the deer.
Well, that's what I was saying. So this year, assuming you get one, you're going to make sausage again, right? Of course.
I make the sausage.
All right, I'm going to mute this mic. I'm going to see if this mic is working. It is. It's kind of interestingly loud. And then, Dad, talk.
Huh?
Talk.
Hello. Yes, testing 1, 2, 3.
Hey, you're on.
It's all good?
Yeah.
Hey,
All right.
sounds good.
He can't hear y'all though.
No,
But because we could get a little speaker.
I have speakers,
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
but then it's going to provide feedback.
No, if we just do it soft.
Well, I have headphones, but they're,
Bluetooth.
or I can do my own things, but yeah, Bluetooth.
Well, I should have brought. Oh, I did. No, I didn't bring my Bluetooth headphones. I could connect you Bluetooth, but I don't know if we'd be able to do both.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
You sure?
Yeah, I don't need to hear
If you have wired headphones, I can get you in.
No,
Okay.
I do, but not long enough wire.
No, I have somewhere here. I have extension cable. Oh well.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Let me.
I turned this off. I better turn it back on because by the time I drain in there,
Oh no.
it's 180. I'm gonna lose 10 degrees on the transfer. I'm gonna take it over 180.
Okay.
Move, Mer. Move, Layla.
I need to fix that camera. I'm going to take my headphones off. So, guys, I won't be able to hear y'all. Oh, no. What's the feedback from?
I can't believe Josh wasn't better prepared for this whole thing.
Okay.
You know?
What? Okay. I'm
I
tired.
mean, it's better anyway. But not prepared at all. Very disappointing. Let me know when he looks like he can hear me again, will you?
It's no Josh.
Yeah.
So is my mic hot all the time now?
Yeah, it sounds great.
Well, but I don't want to be talking if it's hot.
Well, you tell me when you don't want it hot.
Is there a mute button right here?
There's not onboard mute. No. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Okay, mine's coming through. I'm gonna go switch. Show me. I'm gonna change that camera.
We've got about 15 minutes before we gotta start sparging.
You tell me when it's a better angle of our stuff.
For what? The sparge?
No. What's that angle look like? Is that good?
It's cutting me off right here.
How about now?
My head and that's right here. My head's not on the picture anywhere.
Okay. But when we're over here, walk forward.
Right, but you're not. All you can see is our bodies. You're
That's
not going
fine.
to see anything.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go ahead and lift this one up. You don't mind?
Or the hot liquor tank.
No, the mash tun.
Oh, mash, yeah. Let me go
Oh,
change.
there's going to be some happy chickens today.
All right.
That's going to go there.
No feedback. Okay. If there was feedback, y'all gotta let me know because I won't be able to hear until I get that extension cable. No feedback. No feedback. No feedback. Okay.
I think it's coming through good.
Awesome.
I'm going to go ahead and fill up.
I need to get it.
I'm going to fill up the hot liquor tank.
What's that noise?
Oops. Pull
What
that out.
do you need?
Nothing. This was inside. It would have burned my hands.
Oh. Interesting. Okay. Listo?
Yeah.
Oh, you're already pouring it. Sweet. Wonderful.
Well, we got 15 minutes. It should
yeah,
stay
yeah.
hot in here.
It will.
And I'm 10 degrees above sparge
yeah.
temperature.
No, the one thing I think we've all determined is thank you, Ethan, no feedback, is that the cooler brew coolers are very efficient.
Yeah.
They hold it, they're very good at holding temp. That's my favorite part. I don't know, James and Todd, if y'all can hear me. The cooler brew video we did with James and Todd.
Yeah. I watched it
Yeah.
a few times.
Are you the 37,000 views that we have on it or whatever?
I watched it. I watched it last night just because we hadn't brewed on this in almost a year.
That's hilarious.
I think the last thing we did on this was the breakfast out last year.
Correct.
I think because
Yeah.
we've been brewing on the
Yeah. The Spite Solo.
electrics. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna get that.
Yeah. Are you gonna make that work?
Absolutely.
I believe you. I believe you. I believe in you. So we are. But in that one, when they put in the temperature and an hour later, it held on the mash.
Yeah, it's like 1 degree less than when they started or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was right on the button. So that's what we're hoping for too.
Yeah.
You will get there.
Yeah, I agree. Like I don't know if you how much of that you heard, James, but isn't it impressive how effective at holding temperature these coolers are?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I know the Big Bertha, the one that we built years ago, it was it was the largest cooler we could find, and it wouldn't hold the 1 degree. We would lose probably 2 or 3 degrees in an hour, but it was huge.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
it was 166 quarts or something like that. It was big. It's a good way. It's a good, cheap way of getting into all grain brewing, and it's fun. I love the
is.
mechanics of brewing with a cooler.
Dude, I know. Well, and especially on a day like today, Dad, what's the temperature?
Right now it's actually 80.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah,
Maybe
in the
because we're
shade and it's a
the-
nice breeze. That's why it doesn't
Yeah.
feel hot.
I was gonna say, it has to be being in the shade because it
It
feels
was-
fantastic.
It was 61 when I got up this morning.
Murray, how dare you?
68 here.
They said it's 68 up there.
Yeah. It is going to be 90, 91 this afternoon.
No.
Yeah, that's what it
That's
says.
crazy.
Yeah, isn't that?
This is October. It shouldn't be that hot.
Well, we had
Layla, where you at, Layla?
we had a more mild August than we're having October.
It's okay.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But I was August.
Come
I
here,
don't
Layla.
believe.
You're a good girl.
Wasn't
Move, Mark.
August the first
Come here,
month
Layla.
where we actually got to triple digit?
Yeah.
I don't think we got to triple digit at all in June or July.
It's 94 here today. Then 92, 92, 85. We don't start seeing any fall weather till next weekend.
Oh. Hey, Murray. No, man. We see you.
You move my mic when you need to, right?
I did.
Okay, hey Josh,
Yes, sir.
I'm fixing to do the hose arrangement for the sparge, so
Sure.
I'm gonna walk through that
Yeah.
real quick. If people may want to see how this is done, I don't know. Maybe they don't.
No, I think that's great. Let me actually make yours full screen. Let me.
Okay.
Oh my goodness! Come on, Josh. Do this. Spotlight for everyone. There we go. James, you're on, buddy.
Okay. All right. So what we've got going on here is I'm fixing to do the hose arrangement for the sparge. So I've just completed my mash out. So if you guys want to see how it's done on the system I use, the most important thing is to shut these valves off. I can't stress that enough. And that means every single one, even if you're not using a circuit, shut them all off, because the one you don't shut off will be the one that will leak on you. Now, if you look right here, we've got the wart circulating through the Hermes coil. Now we're going to pull this hose off. Now I get a bucket because it makes a mess. You'd be surprised how much a 6-foot length of hose has in wart. It's a lot. Okay, I'm done with this hose, so I don't use it anymore until we start filling the fermenter. So I'll get it out of the way. Now what's cool is my sparge water is also the water I use in the Hermes. So I've got everything shut off there. And I just simply move the With the Herms coil, we have a pump for the water. So we're pumping, continuously circulating water. So we have the same temperature here to here. So that's the hose, the outlet on the pump going back into the Herms is the one I'm going to use for my sparge water. So I'm going to move that one over real quick. It's hot. Maybe you need some gloves. Now this hose that I just pulled off, that the outlet to the Herms coil that's coming into the mash tun, I'm going to use it going into the kettle. So I'll stick it on the outlet of the pump, in it on the boil kettle, keep the valve shut, make sure, give a tug, make sure these are good. Now, the cool part is, dump that back in there, is where I'm going to set my flow rates. You want it as much coming in as going out, and you want it nice and slow. So I'd go for 45 minutes. That's my goal. Nice and slow. Don't get tannins, but you know, honestly, I don't ever remember pulling tannins in wort. Anyway, so I'll open this completely up. That's the outlet off the mash. And I'll just start cracking this one open until I see flow. It'll start flowing. I don't have the pump on. And you just want to, the reason why I start slow is I want to make sure I don't have any trub or anything. We call that a board off, but because we have recirculation, we should have already board off through that. So I'm looking good. Yep, looks good. Now I can turn my pump on. And look at my clock. It's 10:43. So at 11, around 11:30, I should be ready to go, ready to hit my boil. So anyway, that's what I do. FYI.
Can you get them in a shot?
All right, what's that?
Can you get them in a shot?
Shot.
Wait, let me hold on a second, Pop. Keep talking.
Hello. Can you get them in a shot?
Let me see if I can. Well, first I need to, James, I appreciate that. Let me go back to here on James's and remove spotlight, and then there we go. Oh yeah. All right. You were saying get the dogs in the shot?
Well, not anymore, but he was on top of her like that in wrestling.
Oh yeah, because they're bad. Oh, now I need to pull up.
This camera here probably gets some good, maybe, if I get out of the way.
I'd like to do a broadside safety warning, and you'll have a chance.
Go for it. Yeah, they're in that shot. The puppies are in that shot.
Okay.
Can you?
Or not.
Can you make? No, go ahead, Todd. Do your safety warning.
5 minutes before we got to start.
Go ahead, Todd. I'll mute me. Go ahead. What's your safety warning,
Which
Todd?
way you want it?
Todd, do your safety warning.
Does it have a twist? I can just push
No,
it
no,
down
just
gently?
push. Put it at the top and just tilt it. No, not the whole thing. The actual camera. Just grab the body of the camera. Yep, and just tilt it a little. Down. A little more.
Oh, this is moving with it.
Yes, that's fine.
Okay.
But that doesn't have to. That's fine right there. Let me see. Todd, that's perfect right there. That's perfect right there. Yep. Todd, hello, Mr. Burns. Did he abandon us?
He gone.
He don't. James, there's a YouTube channel. I don't know if you're familiar with it. It's called Gas Station Encounters. Have you watched it?
I have not.
You would like it. It's so
Stop it,
entertaining.
Murray. Don't you dig out here.
I gotta mute my dad. I forget he's mic'd. Let's go to the digging cam. Where is that? The dog digging cam.
Oh, there's my shovel I was looking for.
Yeah. I muted him. He's like Todd in the early days when we would do videos, and he'd forget he's mic'd, and he'd be like, and then he'd go take a leak without telling me, and just be like, oh yeah. Oh. Do you remember those days, Todd?
Yeah, so I was going to do a safety warning about the broadside.
Go for it.
Well, it's a very safe instrument. Whatever you do, when you decide to kick your shoes off to clean your brewing equipment, don't drop kick the screen with your little, because it will cut it.
It will. It made sense that it would.
Crap out of my toe.
Hold on, I have a thing for that, Todd. Ready?
Okay, where am I?
This board comes preloaded with stuff. Look, if I say a joke,
I can't can't hear anything.
You couldn't hear my laugh track?
I could hear
No.
yours.
Oh, whatever.
I could hear
And you're like delayed a lot, so.
What are you talking about? I'm delayed. Are you watching the stream on YouTube?
Yes.
Or,
That's why you're delayed.
No, I'm watching it on our.
James, am I delayed?
Yeah, I keep getting a thing saying Josh Stubing's network bandwidth is low.
See, I told you it's hard to do both. It's hard to do Zoom and the live stream, unfortunately, because someone's internet
Yeah.
here is bad.
But I can hear you. I just couldn't hear the laugh
I
track.
wonder if I wonder if
You got about 3 minutes till mash.
okay. You mean Sparge?
I mean Sparge.
I wonder if I go to settings. Can I do I don't need to adjust for low light, that's fine. How do I audio? I'm trying to see how can I lessen what I'm sending y'all? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. It'll be fine.
Got
Yeah.
2 minutes.
Clay Turney, high quality Austin internet. I know. It's not Austin though, but
Hey.
he can't hear you. You're muted because last time I let you on, you were
Dogs.
yeah, you're a dog. Dog. Don't do that, dog. My phone.
You can record your own tracks too, right?
Yeah, and they hear us fine. You're unmuted now. They hear the stream hears us, which is ultimately what matters the most. Todd and James don't have to hear me. Look, the massive mosquitoes, and then the yellow wasps. So we have
Yellow jackets.
yellow jackets, yellow wasps. Pardon me. Yellow, not murder hornets, but yellow jackets. So we've got
about time.
less than a minute.
Yeah.
It is time.
Whenever you want to start.
We're going to start our sparge.
What was that?
Todd, you okay, Todd?
He was there a while ago.
No, you couldn't hear
Yeah,
me.
that didn't sound good at all.
Did he fall down?
All we heard was Todd going, "Oh!" And I'm not making light of it. That's the noise he made.
He dropped something.
Yeah.
I don't know. That didn't sound good, and he can't hear us because he doesn't have
headphones.
headphones and he's outside. Oh no, you hear him, James?
What sounds?
Yeah, just heard it again.
He did something bad. I hope he's okay. He like first he went, "Oh!" and then went, "Son of a!" and he actually.
Oh, the dog chewed his fermenting lid. Oh.
Murray's up
We
here.
thought you had a damn heart attack, Todd.
It was in the 20-gallon vessel.
You
He
sure
dug it out of the water.
No,
and threw it.
stop. Todd. This is you only have yourself to blame because you throw those for him. you throw those for him.
Yep, this was the 20 one.
What'd you think he was gonna do? You throw those for him. Like, how dare you set that dog up where then the one he can't have, you're like, you're a bad dog. Blah, 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 blah.
I'm gonna start a little bit.
Poor Charlie's like, Dad, yeah, I got it for you to throw. I thought that's why
What
you.
did I do wrong?
I thought you were cleaning it for me, man. Where you're about to throw it.
He was sanitizing it.
Yeah, he was sanitizing it. And
The good news is the dog has sanitary breath now.
he does. Yeah, the dog. Yeah, you remember that? What's that wives' tale? Oh, a dog's mouth's cleaner than it. No, it's not.
No, it's not true. Everybody
It's
says
not
that.
true. Everyone says that because they're liars.
Look, I'm gonna get a little bit
There's
of
the color so far.
first runnings.
Dang, homie.
Yeah.
That's definitely gonna be an amber lager.
Okay.
You're not muted. Be careful what you say.
I'm gonna be careful what I say. Go ahead and
Open it up.
yeah, because I'm gonna. It's dripping. It's running all down the sides.
Yeah, we did it to the max. That's why.
I just want to see.
Oh, that smells good.
I bet it
Hold
does.
just for a second.
That smells good.
Yeah,
That's my
we're
favorite
getting right
roast
on temps
salad.
though.
That's fine. Open her up.
Yeah, we're about 8 degrees cooler than we wanted to
Ah,
be.
scheiße.
148.
James, what would you say when you're 8 degrees cooler? Should we compensate
degrees,
during
148.
spars, or should we?
Well, the most important thing is to take good, accurate temperature readings of the grain.
Yes.
And another thing that I used to do is I would warm up the mash tun
Okay.
with hot water.
Okay.
And I don't know if that makes a difference. We didn't do that on the video,
No.
but if you're off on your temperature calculations on anything, whether it be the grain, the ambient temperature of the room, which would be outside,
Yes.
you have to compensate for that with the strike water. So it sounds like you were a
This guy's
little
wet now.
cool on the strike water.
No. Well, no. On that was the tip. We're 6-ish degrees low on the mash.
No, that's what I'm talking about. So when
pardon
you do
me.
your
Got you on the.
infusion,
Yes, sir. Gotcha.
A little
Yeah.
hotter on the.
He's
Yeah,
saying we can
you
compensate
got-
for here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. 'Cause I got that hotter than.
Yeah, when we are compensating it for, he did make it hotter.
I found another lid. Thank goodness.
Did you sanitize it?
Oh, Clay's actually watching.
Yeah, I saw that. He's on.
Sierra come in because she didn't know what was going on. It was like,
Does it? John in the chat's asking, does anyone use laser thermometers to take temps during brewing? We use
I
we
have
use a
one, though.
digital. Todd uses old school. What do you call? Just lab thermometer, Todd. What do you call that?
I've done this, but it's not accurate.
Sanitizing project. What'd you say?
The kind of thermometer you have? That's going too fast, man.
Excellent.
Well, I can pour that back. You can pour that back in now.
Not yet.
Yeah, this doesn't work.
No.
It's never close.
I use it every now and then, but it's not as accurate.
Do you want to just dump most of that back up there and then let's start running again?
Vorloff? Sure. Oh, hey, that's the wrong way.
All right.
All right.
We have a big mess to clean up when we get done, but
Yes.
you get to either hold this, yeah.
Okay.
Well, everybody, you say hi to Clay.
Hey, Clay.
He's like the fourth. He's the silent member of Homebrew
careful,
Happy Hour.
Well,
And just let it go slow.
I let it rip now until we get down below
Okay.
the,
Yep.
at least till we see the grain bed, right?
All right. I'm gonna mute that so y'all don't have to hear the.
You know what I kind of want to do?
Gosh, too late now.
I'm gonna mute us. We'll be right back.
Okay, looks like I'm about. It's going to be about 12 minutes into the sparge, so everything looks good. Just got to hurry up and wait.
Okay. Y'all still there? I can't hear anything.
Yeah.
Oh, did Josh leave?
Yeah,
I muted-
they're doing the sparge.
We're starting the
so they're
sparge. I just
muted.
don't want you to hear that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm at 101, so I'm getting close. I'm about to
So-
throw ice in.
So where are you at right now? I mean, you're at 101 on temp, and you're fixing to. Are you going to do buckets? I guess.
I'm doing buckets, yeah. I'm sanitizing right now, except I had to find another lid.
Oh.
This one has blood on it too. I'm not sure that would be sanitary.
Yeah. No, that's poor guy. He gets real aggressive chewing that stuff.
Yeah, he chews them all the time, but he's not supposed to chew the ones I use for brewing.
Oh yeah. Sierra, how are you doing? Good to see you. If I could see you. We miss you guys too. We really do.
We definitely miss you, Sierra.
Well, there's an order there, so it's like Sierra, Clay, maybe. No, both of them. They're awesome.
We're gonna play a game
We still
called.
need to get him on the
Are
podcast.
we sparging, or is that me peeing? I do kind of have to pee now hearing that. We should, yeah, Clay, we've been trying to. What's the holdup? He said, what was his excuse? Something like, I don't want y'all to pick on me like I'll do with Josh. Come on, dude.
I think it'd be the other way around, right?
Yeah. Let's see. Brew Show saying he's brewing a black IPA on Sunday. John's brewing a London crate. Crack. It's like Kvike, right? I finally started saying that right, I think. Jimmy's not brewing because, oh yeah, he told the wedding stuff. They're already brewed for a wedding. That's good. Todd, you're gonna have a lot of beer on tap at this party, man. I like it.
About to go get my bottle brush.
Okay. Oh, is it slowing down? We're stuck?
We got
Sticking?
Wide open. And
it's just barely coming out, man.
Andale.
I did start the flow up here just to.
Andale. It wouldn't be a brew day if we didn't have some issues. I'm gonna mute it.
You know,
again,
I started the spark and I start my.
5 minutes ago.
Oh gosh, they're great.
All right, let's see in the chat. Matt is gonna brew he's going to pick up a pumpkin from a local farm this weekend. That's nice.
Oh, he's gonna.
Okay, he's doing the pumpkin
pumpkin
spice
ale.
porter. Perfect.
Cool.
That was last month's one of the recipe choices. And let's see. Someone said, I'm watching the live stream on YouTube. How do I do the chat? I think, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I think you have to be logged into your YouTube to actually do the chat.
yes.
I think you have to be logged into YouTube to chat. And then
94. We're getting there. Okay.
all right. Let's see here. Dang, man.
I turned it off for a minute. I want to see the green.
Yeah, yeah. Do, 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 do. All right, the internet's off on that. I believe I can kill it on here too, maybe? No. We've got a lot of, we have this episode when we record it, we'll have 2 voicemails, Todd. No, he's not in there. I see now. Todd has always been the stickler for wanting to have more voicemail to play, and so
Yeah.
I've been trying, which makes
Yeah,
sense.
I like it too.
I do as well, and I think, I don't know if y'all looked at the PDF I sent you. It Google transcription, for as much as they're able to like spy on everything I do and hear and advertise to me, their transcription services are terrible. Like Troy's, did you read? Like, we're gonna play a question from Troy, and he's talking about having a keg and a keezer and all this stuff, and Google translates, like, or Google transcription was like cake instead of keg is what it heard it as, and instead of and it put Kaiser instead of keezer, and it does not it does not transcribe well. I always, when I would use the transcription, I assumed it was messing up because of my speech impediment, but it turns out it's just not that good. So
The software that does that is Watson. That's the underlying core
For Google's?
software. I would imagine everybody uses that. It was the leading, unless they wouldn't
Oh, I
develop
was
it
just
from
saying,
scratch.
well, what's the? Todd's not in here to say it. Him and his dad on the computer, on their desktops or I guess laptop, use not Dragon. It is called Dragon, right? Dragon Dictation. James, do you remember the name of that one?
Yeah, probably Dragon.
Do you think Dragon? Because Dragon's
No,
is light years ahead of
Really?
Google's, or it seems to be. I say that this is just for the voicemail. Maybe because of the quality of a voicemail, that's why it's difficult. I can't say I have that big of issues if I'm using it to transcribe a text message, but
Yeah.
we should. Todd, do you? Todd, can you hear me?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Do you believe that Dragon Dictation does a better job of transcribing than your phone does using the Google transcription, or is it about the same?
I don't know. I haven't
I've never
used
used
Dragon
it.
in a while, but it does a really good job. I mean,
Yeah. Matthew says that Dragon's what doctors use because
Oh wow.
no one
it's so good.
No one can read their handwriting when they're writing the prescriptions. Daniel says it doesn't translate my Irish accent well. I won't insult you by doing an Irish accent for you. I insulted some people one episode when I did an Australian one, and we have a good presence in Australia. And they're like, "Hey," they're like, "Hey mate, maybe don't do that one again, mate."
and you just did it again.
The only one I can do is like off the old commercials, save you a shrimp on the barbie. Out,
Let's not.
Yeah, Outback Steakhouse or Foster's Lager. Is it good now?
Well,
Modified
it's barely flowing, Josh.
Okay.
I mean, I hope it doesn't get clogged up in there.
It's your beard. I was like, why do you sound so muffled? You're fine. It was going on the mic. It's fine. I'll mute you again.
I should put this on the inside.
No, it's fine. It's fine now.
It'd be better on the inside.
You're fine. Just don't make any movements and stay still for 35 minutes. You're gonna be fine.
This grain build is almost too big to do on the cooler brew.
No, we've done it before, and James and Todd both said it was great. Every year you see.
I didn't
We
think
did
you
it
were
on
doing
this last
that.
year. I need to go look and see.
What we need to do is.
You sure we did this on the cooler brew last year, not on
No,
the...
last year we did it on the Spike and had a terrible time, and we're lucky we had a good beer turnout. The year before we did on the cooler brew, 1,000%. That's not a real percentage, but that's just me emphasizing.
1,000% is real.
Is 1,000% real? Not if I say I'm 1,000% sure.
No.
That's what I meant. In that context, that's not real.
Yeah.
You can have 1,000% increase of
Yes,
something,
exactly.
but my confidence cannot be 1,000%.
Yeah. It can't really be more than 100.
No, because that would be full.
Well, I've seen your confidence at 1,000.
Todd just said he's seen my confidence at 1,000%. That's yeah.
You want to bet $5?
Yeah, I was gonna say you've seen it at that 5,000%, 500 times.
You want to bet $5?
Yeah, I wish.
Right? It's a $5 bet. That's right where it is.
I wish we had when I die and I'm at Judgment Day and I get to ask God any question, I'm gonna ask him, how many $5 bets did I lose? Because I lost count. I just want to know that knowledge. How many $5 bets did I lose, and how many pounds of breakfast cereal did I consume in my life? If I could get answers to those two, that'll be nice to know. Brew Show, thanks for joining us in the chat, my friend. Good seeing you. That's a channel worth checking out, guys. If y'all haven't already, subscribe to his. Trent does good stuff over there.
What is it?
The Brew Show, but no W. So
Brew Show.
and brew
Yeah,
is
I'm gonna have to.
all one word, TheBrusho, the Brew Show.
I'm gonna have to subscribe to that.
Daniel said there's been 1,000% increase in mosquito talk today. We have mosquitoes. I don't know in Ireland if they don't have mosquitoes, but in Texas we certainly do. We got a lot of mosquitoes.
And they're big and they're hungry.
Exactly. Which is wild because when I was just up at the ranch, Todd, we were sitting outside and you were talking about, or somebody who was out there with us, maybe it was Borsty's brother. Someone was getting torn up and I didn't get bit once. I was like, oh, this is a nice change of pace. And now out
All right.
here,
You're talking about mosquitoes?
Todd, shut up. That's not nice.
Is it the brew SHO?
The Brew.
Or the Brew.
And then BRUSHO.
Okay, because there's several. There's one that's the Brew Show,
Keep dropping
spelled
that in there.
exactly like
Hope
it's
that's not
supposed to,
important.
Right.
and then the Brew Show. So
Very good.
I'm in there.
Matthew with the pun goes, not the buzz I was expecting from today's episode. Hold on, let me get.
It's not noon yet. Just wait.
So I've almost hit the number now by adding the amount of water that I planned on adding. That's a good thing, right?
That-
Yeah.
Daniel says there's no mosquitoes in Ireland, no snakes, and no venomous spiders. How was that something the St. Patrick got rid of all of that, or what?
Am I muted?
I don't know. Danny's
No.
a cool dude,
No.
though. Yeah.
Yeah. You're not muted.
Okay. I said the only bad thing about starting brewing this early is I don't have a beer in my hand or a cigar in my mouth.
It's hard. Well, no, it's 11. We could.
Yeah, it's 12 somewhere.
It's 12 on the East Coast, and we do business on the East Coast. And well, in Ireland, gosh, it's like 5 p.m.
Yeah,
almost.
he's probably sauced
Well,
already.
he's actually. I think Daniel lives in the New England area. I forget. We've shipped stuff to him.
Yeah, he's on the East Coast.
East Coast for sure. I just forget where. Dustin Little says, "Come down to Florida. We'll talk to you about mosquitoes." No,
Oh, yeah.
they got they got pterodactyl mosquitoes in Florida. Florida is
Never been there, but I've heard about them.
It's the Australia of North America, of deadly stuff
Okay.
and crazy people. No offense.
Not politically.
No offense, Dustin.
Not politically.
See, Lance, even Lance heard Todd holler and had to come check what it was. See, I knew we weren't the only ones, James, who heard him. We thought you were in trouble, Todd. The way you yelled, oh my gosh. That's like, I remember one time you hurt your neck, and that was the same noise you made when you hurt your neck. Oh, and we just lost Todd.
Completely. Signal everything. He gone.
He goes, I'm tired of your crap, man. No, he was looking over his shoulder. What is up with this internet, dude? It's like every time he needs it stable, something happens.
I don't know. We both signed up for Starlink. Gosh, I wish we would get a response from them.
I do
Some
too.
kind of idea, because in Duster, Texas, the bandwidth's very low.
Right, yep. There's our Sparge cam, or I guess 2 Sparge cams. Sparge cam.
Sparge can.
Oh, Daniel's in New York. It's even the East Coast. We knew. New York.
Yeah, that's why we said East Coast, because we knew it was somewhere
We knew it
over
was
there.
somewhere, yeah. We do. Our main listenership of we have, we're not doing live to anyone, but that's not in our Chub Club. Todd doesn't always, when Todd's not here either, and this isn't stuff he wouldn't mind me divulging. We get, our episodes of audio peak at about 10,000 downloads an episode, 10,000 unique IP addresses according to Libsyn. So like anywhere from like 8,600 to like 12,000, and that the 12,000 is the highest of the high. They're usually around 10, and that's after the first 30 days. A good chunk of our United States listenership is between Texas and California. It's wild how much we have in California. You'd think you think I'd come across as annoying to Californians, but East Coast is third, specifically like Rhode Island area and Connecticut. Trying to think, there's smaller states where we have a good chunk, but then also we have a ton of people. I mean, I'm talking thousands of listeners in Australia and the UK. It's wild to me.
That's just UK really surprises me.
Me too, dude.
know?
Me too.
And I'm like, wow.
well, and
I'm always continually surprised that, from time to time I'll have to answer the main line for Homebrew Supplier Connection for some reason. Usually
Right.
it's employees are out and all that, and everybody is so nice.
Yes.
And then I get to talk to them. That's one thing I'm really proud of is we have really good listeners,
we really
and
do.
they're brewers just like we are.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, hey, hey, Todd, how's it going?
Oh, pretty good. You remember I said I needed to get an extension cord for my laptop?
Oh, you never did. Your laptop died.
You didn't plug it in.
Yeah, now we did. We were just talking about our listenership audience, our audience listenership, Todd, and where they're dispersed at and all that jazz.
Oh, yeah?
Well, we're just
They're all
talking.
over,
I was just
all
telling.
over.
I was saying how Dad, I'm gonna mute yours because the P sound. I was just telling him how we have a good chunk of our United States one is mostly between California and Texas, and then it's all over though too. But that's our main two, and then a ton in Australia and a ton in the UK. More in Australia. Our Australia ones, besides obviously the United States, it's our other biggest audience. It's encouraging because I'd love to go to Australia sometime. I think that would be fun.
Yeah, the plane ride though would be killer.
I'm okay with that because I can pop. Y'all can't sleep on a plane. That's why those long rides bother y'all. I can hop on a plane. We eat dinner. I pop a Z-Quil, have 2 whiskey drinks, and I'm done for the rest of the flight. And I learned that from Todd. I learned that from Todd.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try that for sure.
Yeah. Mark in the chat, watching James be the master of efficiency in all his movements, Todd running around like his hair is on fire, and Josh letting his dad do all the work. So all the podcast stereotypes are confirmed. I'm running the board, man. I'm running.
Well, I'm surprised nobody's mentioned Todd's surfer hair.
Yeah, I went swimming earlier.
Let me show you all. Look, I'm pushing buttons. Oh, look, I switched to that camera. I'm pushing a button. Ooh, I switched to that camera. Yeah. That's hilarious.
Scott, we know what it's like to brew with him, believe me.
Todd says he knows what it's like to brew with me. Yeah. What are you talking about, man? I pour grains. You're late. You're late.
Am I muted?
No, you're on.
Oh yeah. The good news is he does all the cleanup though, right, Todd?
Well, James, I can't hear Todd. James, why are you laughing? I don't understand.
I didn't hear Todd. Did he respond?
Yeah. I don't understand the joke.
James got it.
Oh, what's up, Billy? Billy Bellevance in the chat. I wish I was brewing rather than working. We are working, man. You got to make brewing part of your work. No. Kenny's Brewer Savannah. No, Billy's been a long time. Billy might have been, dude. He might have been one of the first, at least first 5 in our Trub Club. I think he's been in it for the long haul. But you have to remind me when you joined. We launched in either September or October of 2019, and yeah, because it was right after. It was right after Esther. No, it was right before Esther's craniotomy. So we launched in September.
Launched what?
The Trub Club, which or the now Trub Club.
Super duper
Homebrew Club.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I know. I'm trying to think of all the people who've been with us for a while. Yeah, Billy. He said he jumped in at the beginning. I thought you'd been in for a while, which we appreciate. And I can't say it enough either. Everyone in our Trub Club, we are so appreciative of all the membership, but also too, not just through the Patreon and people who give us money, people who join our Facebook group, who are former paying members. You know, the one thing, obviously, we'd love to say like, oh yeah, everybody needs to join in and join the recipe one and brew with us, but we just like the support. The fact that you tune in, we don't, if you're not in the Trub Club, you're fine. Now I'm waiting for a smart aleck remark from Todd to go, no, you need to join.
Yeah, you need to join.
Gilbert's in the chat now. What was that, Todd? Sorry.
Gotta pay you somehow.
Yeah. Hey, when we do the actual podcast, are you gonna bring your mic over there, or are you gonna just use the one on your camera, Todd?
Yeah, I'll bring it over.
Okay. Just because I think the mic on his camera is getting overridden by other noises. Like he goes in and out on my end, but that could be my bad internet connection. Are you hearing everybody fine, James?
Yeah, everybody's coming through fine.
Okay. Good. That's what matters. Let me switch over to the spar. How is our spar? Are we
doing good? I'm gonna have to loosen this top because there's plenty of water left, but I think it's getting a little vacuum.
Let me show you. Ready?
If you do, yeah, just I've got this. There you go.
At least must.
Yeah, more.
Okay.
Do it all the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's good. That should be good.
We have a stuck sparge from just the hot liquor tank.
We have no, but we have almost our mashes.
It's good.
Yeah, it's wide open.
So it's good. That's the pace we want.
That is the pace we want. But I keep having to turn this off because the liquid.
Right, sure.
I can't see the grain bed now, but
we're good, man.
Yeah, we're doing all right.
We're good.
We are.
We're not really doing good, but I
20 minutes. We're 18 minutes into the sparge. It's gonna take another every bit of 20 minutes.
Dustin, I don't get this reference. James, can you hear me? There's someone. Dustin in the comments said the Clarkson, Hammond, and May of Homebrew. You gotta explain that to me.
That's Top Gear. That's Top Gear.
I don't
Yeah,
I don't remember.
I felt that's a compliment.
Oh, okay. Well, who is who, and
Yeah.
who's not getting the
Oh,
compliment?
Todd's definitely Clarkson. Yeah, Todd is definitely Clarkson. I'd probably be James May. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, and you'd be
Hammond? Who's Hammond?
Rich. You'd be Hamster.
Hamster. Oh, thanks.
That's just what they call him.
That's hilarious.
Jezza is the
Let that go for a little bit.
Video capture device.
oh gosh, that I can't think of his name now, but they call him Jezza, the one that Todd would be, and well, I would be. My nickname, James May's nickname is Captain Slow.
Captain Slow.
Yeah. Jeremy Clarkson is Jezza, and James May is Captain
muted?
Slow, and
Yes,
Richard
Dad, you're
Hammond is
muted.
the hamster.
You need water?
Hold on 1 second, Pop.
Do you need water?
Yeah, I'd love some water. Could you fill this up for me?
I'm doing this.
Thank you. All right, what is this scene called? The
Halo.
video capture device. Yeah, I'm trying to add a different view here. Video capture device. Boom, there we go. But I want to put it up here, so that way. There we go. There we go. That way, when I walk over here, like this, I'm in the sparge cam now. There we go. So now. Here's the best part. Y'all get to see me sit over there. Hammond is the guy who crashes all the time. Hey,
Yep.
James.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is. All right, where's my YouTube?
He crashed at over 300 miles an hour one time.
I mean, in a full caged out car, I hope, right? Like,
Yeah, he was in the dragster.
goodness. All right, I think I'm in the shot. Put that there. And I should be able to go to live stream videos.
Love the smell of that sanitizer.
Man,
Smells like clean.
smells like clean. Is that a smell?
Yeah, the sanitizer. I love that smell.
Man, what the crap? You would think, whatever. I'll just have to pull up the actual video. And obviously mute that. All right. Dan said Todd had to leave for a few to buy 12 new hydrometers. That's funny. Todd
I have
actually.
plenty of hydrometers here. I don't want anybody to worry.
I was gonna
keep
say-
a lot of them.
I was gonna say
here.
that's what's funny is because he didn't have to leave because he has our whole inventory. We don't actually keep them at the shop anymore. We keep them at the barn, and Todd brings them.
I
when they
can't
get ordered.
believe, all joking aside, I can't believe I broke another one today.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even have any idea how it broke. I just went over to pick it up and it was laying there broken.
That's fantastic.
Really? You honestly can't believe you broke a hydrometer?
Okay, it is within my, it is,
It's within your wheelhouse for sure.
yeah, I mean.
Oh, I left your mic on. My bad.
You left my mic on?
Yeah, you're fine. I hear you now.
All the way in the house?
No, we couldn't. I lost your signal when you got to the back door.
When I walked out, I said, am I muted? You said yes.
Oh no, I was probably saying yes to Todd or James or I don't really listen.
Is that your father
You said,
urinating in
yes,
there,
you're
John?
muted.
No, that's me. I changed views so that instead of watching me sit,
You're deep in conversation.
I'm looking like I'm doing something now. Todd, like, oh here, thank you, Dad.
You want it?
No, I'll come over there for it. I'm helping with the sparge as seen on camera.
It's very dripping. Is it, what's the camera? show?
Okay. It's that overhead camera right there. I can switch to the other one too.
Yeah.
Right here.
It's barely flowing, man.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Oh, we're fine.
That'll be all right.
I just hope it doesn't stop flowing. That's my only concern.
Step sparge. Nah. Why isn't it switching? Gosh darn it. It doesn't.
Need more ice.
Okay. I might need. Dad, do you have double A's by chance?
Yes,
I think this is.
I have double A's.
I think this is officially dead. Oh no, triple A's.
I have triple A's.
All right. We're gonna need to switch batteries. All my batteries are in Todd's office. Or not Todd's office, the CM Becker office has like a treasure trove of batteries,
Yeah, we got a lot.
which is how it should be.
I'm going to show you guys how much the Herms pool holds in wort. You're not going to believe this.
Whoa, there's two people on our chat with the last name Little. Are y'all related?
Little chance.
Ha ha ha. James, when you do that, I'll spotlight yours so that everyone can see it full screen.
Yeah, it's crazy. That always fascinates me how much volume is in the coil.
Oh, yeah. Before we do the podcast, I don't need the AAA's right now.
Okay.
Before we record the episode, which we'll do, we'll be able to record it on our end when we start the boil. Or I mean, as we're getting up to boil.
Oh, I didn't realize I thought that's what this was.
No, this is a live stream for Trub Club members.
Yeah, we're doing a live.
And then we're gonna do our actual and then we're gonna do our actual
250 live.
250.
Hey, everybody,
Live
say
as
hi
well.
to the FedEx guy.
No, let's not.
Oh no, come on in, bud. Oh, he can't hear me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like my
Are
dad.
you,
My dad
I
can
think-
hear you.
I don't know if they're done.
So you're doing the 250 live as
No,
well,
we
though.
are now.
That's gonna be live.
I don't know. It depends if our bandwidth allows it.
Gotcha.
Or might not.
When you do it live, you do record at the same time.
I know, but I'm saying if they're getting delay on my audio in the Zoom.
Gotcha.
So I might have to kill
Okay.
Zoom.
the YouTube when we do the recording.
Gracie.
Gilbert in the chat says, in 14 years, oh, another spider. In 14 years of brewing, I've only ever had one hydrometer break, and it wasn't even me who broke it. It was Todd. No, it was a team effort from my wife and father. Can't have nice things at the house with the wife.
What is he saying?
Wow.
What does he mean by that?
Yeah, I think he's saying, Todd, that you and he wasn't even in here, Gilbert. He broke one. 10 minutes ago, Todd? When did you break that hydrometer? It was great television.
I don't know. It was an hour ago, wasn't it?
An hour? Oh, has it been that long? And then
13 gallons. We'll never get it.
Dustin says, I've only broke one, and it was because I wasn't paying attention when I opened the lid on my teaser. That's more understandable. That's more justifiable.
Okay, I've got this. It's ready now. You want to see it? Oh, he's frozen. Can you hear me, Todd?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good. Okay, now guys, I want y'all to see this. I drained the coil in the Herms. It holds 1 full liter of wort. See that? 1 full liter of wort. out of
Yeah,
that coil.
I drained mine today when I was brewing. It is a lot.
I always put it back into the bowl pot.
Yeah.
Because hey, 1 liter, that's several beers.
That's crazy. Let's switch over to this mic because it's less ambient noise. So James,
And we got about 12 gallons of water.
I was just about to ask how much wort do you got?
12 gallons, and I've got technically 5 minutes, so I probably had to flow down just a little low. But that's fine. Low and slow is good.
Low and
Barbecue and sparging.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, you're unmuted, Pop. Or do you not?
Unmuted?
Yes, unmuted.
I think we're done here. We can check it, but it looks to me
Okay.
like this is empty. Take that lid off, and if there's any left, I'll pour it in, but I'm pretty sure it should be done. It's done.
Yep.
Look at that.
Yep.
Facial.
Ah, gross.
You like steam anybody?
No, I don't. No, it. I don't like the simulating sweat. I don't like sweating. So I'm kind of kind of implies hard work.
Oh, shucks. There we go. Done with this one.
How long have we? When did we start? What time?
We've only been sparging for 30 minutes.
30. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna slow this down a little bit.
Why? I would open it wide up.
No,
dude.
I want to do. I like dragging it out.
Okay. But the thing is, yeah. Well, we'll see. If it stops flowing.
Oh, this is the, someone asked me for the episode. We do still have stuff for sale. If you go to homebrewhappyhour.com and go to the merch part, I believe it will take you to our Teespring store. We last year, we sold, I think, 70 of these sweatshirts. And this year we've sold like 2 because I never talk about it. That is my downfall is frequently forgetting to promote.
It's like to hit the like button.
Yeah, exactly.
Every show I watch says,
I know.
hit subscribe and hit the like button.
Yeah.
Subscribe and hit the like
Make
button.
Sure because the vast majority of our audience is still audio only.
Oh, gotcha.
And so when they're listening to us on Podcatcher or Apple Podcast or Pocket Cast or whatever.
No, I only watch the YouTube.
Yeah, right. I'm saying a lot, but the vast majority. Our YouTube videos, in the first week, our episodes get like 500 views, maybe. And then they always, depending on the topic, they'll go way more or around that. But, I mean, because our biggest videos are in the 100,000 views. But also, too, metrics, I don't know how much I trust metrics.
Yeah.
John Schaefer in the comments says, put Horst mud shot and then I'll buy one. If Horst would let me, I will make a shirt with Horst's face on it. Or a sticker. That would be a great sticker. Have like judgmental Horst. Like that ought to be a
Horst might want a little bit of royalties for that.
Yeah, he probably. Well, you know what?
Just a little, or just a fee.
Todd, what kind of split would we do with Horst if we made a?
No, don't do a split. Just give him a little fee. Pay him $100. He'll be happy.
No, he probably wants to split. Every sticker we sell for
Do we
two.
even make anything?
No, we don't make money anyway. But
Oh, that's the object? You're supposed to make.
we make money on the sweatshirt, but it's Teespring because we don't have inventory. I like giving all the behind the scenes stuff. Teespring takes, it's like an Amazon or an eBay type of cut. Actually, it's even more. I think we get 30% and they get 70%, or maybe it's 20-80. After everything's said and done, we sell a $30 sweatshirt and we make like $7. So, and then they take their fees, the processing fees from that as well when we transfer it. So it's hard to make money these days unless you're a platform, it turns out. gotta be a Patreon. They just increased their fees again too. We've really got to get the homegrown solution done. We had to
Oh,
develop.
I thought you had that done by now.
Yeah, we've gone through 4 developers. I'm gonna mute you. Yeah, we've had developer issues, which is again my plea. If you're a stateside developer that I can trust our information to, Joshua at homebrewhappyhour.com. We pay good, and we pay aggressively adequate.
Aggressively adequate. That's awesome.
That's my memoir.
I guess,
Yeah, you're muted. That's the memoir from my honeymoon, is what my wife called it. Aggressively adequate.
That was funny.
Híjole. Let me see. Man, I
I
love.
want to max this thing out.
John said in the chat it was because of our interview with Horst that he brewed a alt beer, and it turned out so good he wants it in his fridge all the time. That's how we feel, John. That's how we feel.
Yep.
If we could have a good alt beer on tap all day, every day. I mean, honestly, if I lived even in Krefeld, where like our counterparts live, I think I'd be at Schlussel at least twice a week. It's not very expensive, right, Todd, to drink and eat there?
Oh,
Less
that's
than €2 for a glass of beer.
Yeah. And they serve.
Yeah, if I lived in Dusseldorf, when I walked in there, they would go, James.
Norm! Yeah. Yeah, the Schlussel, or did y'all go? I know y'all went to some new breweries in Cologne. Did y'all go to the young person one in Dusseldorf, Todd? The Brewery Kurt?
yeah. We went. Stefan took us.
Did
A
you?
while back, not on this last trip.
No, that's
but-
what I meant. He took you and I to the young people one. It's probably because I was on the trip and he knew I would
Yeah,
appreciate the young people place. But,
Yeah,
and by
yeah,
young
he's-
people,
he
I was
knows
too
what's
old
cool
for.
and hip. He knows how cool and hip you are.
That's true. In my purple hat, that's how he knew.
Yeah, I probably took one look at that and said, this guy's terribly hip.
I hide my male pattern baldness under here is why I wear the hat. But I've actually, James, I don't know if you've known me without this hat. I've had this hat for a decade now.
Why? Well,
Yeah,
not
I've always,
certainly cool.
I've never seen you with that,
Out this-
without having that hat on
The
your head.
stupid purple hat, yeah.
Except the trade shows where you have to take it off.
That's true. Oh, well, not HomebrewCon. I wear it at HomebrewCon because. But no, you're right. Yeah, CBC and the brow, especially the brow, wearing a suit and stuff. Oh, by the way, Todd, I lost enough weight. I fit in my suit again. How about that?
Good.
I tried it on because, Dad, I'm gonna mute you. The wedding in November or the
You
wedding.
we should go. You should go to the Brow this year.
I'd love to. Is Homebrew Happy Hour paying for my flight?
Where are you going?
No, see, Becker is. You just got to get the site done. That's the deal.
Oh, that's. Yeah, Stefan's almost done with his part, so that might be a reality. No, it's not. It's already
It might be
October.
a reality. You still have over a year.
Oh, you're talking about next brow because brow this year's already happened.
There was not one.
Oh, well, I thought they the last year. Oh, okay. The wedding,
didn't happen.
the wedding in November. You don't wear a suit, or what are you wearing to the wedding?
It's in December, but
You not to wear a suit? Too?
it's in December, not November.
No, I just said the wedding in December.
I thought you
corrected
said
myself.
November. My bad.
I did the first time. The wedding in December. Are you wearing a suit?
I don't know.
I'm
I
gonna
haven't
wear.
thought about it.
I fit in my suit and I look good. I'm gonna wear my suit.
I don't know. It depends what your mom's wearing. I don't decide.
what Christy
I don't
said.
decide what I wear. I haven't consulted with hair and makeup yet.
Yeah.
Didn't even come this morning.
Christy told me if you wear a suit, I have to look nicer, and I go, "That's on you, lady. I don't care what you wear." It doesn't bother me.
See, yeah, well.
She wear.
I'm
she
glad
wear-
that works for you because my mom's gonna put something on, and if I said no, you're not wearing that. You wear casual or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Real quick, Gilbert in the chat says Josh didn't lose weight for health reasons. He just didn't want to buy a new suit. Let me tell you the real reason I didn't
That's
lose
true.
weight. I'll tell you the real reason why I lost weight. A guy at my church, this was 7 weeks ago, coming up this Sunday. 7 weeks ago, this guy at my church, his name's Steven. Steven Spanzel. I know you don't watch, but I'm going to make you watch this clip, Steven. He says he's chubby, and he's like, and I was chubby at the time too, and he goes, oh, I wish I could lose weight, but it's just so hard. And I was like, Steven, it's just math. I mean, I agree with you, it's difficult to be disciplined, but it's just math. It's like, burn more than you consume. And he goes, Josh, listen, you don't understand the nuances of weight loss, bro. It's more than just calorie burning. As I said, Steven, do you want to make a bet here? Because I bet you I could lose weight in a pretty quick time. And he was just like, I don't really bet, but because we're at church, and you have to oh yeah, around other church people, you can't bet, whatever. He then tells me though, I'm just telling you, it's not as simple as you think it is. I'm down 18 pounds since then, and I saw him last Sunday. It was 6 weeks. I go, boom, Steven. I told you it's easy. No, it's not easy. Easy is the wrong word. I don't want to conflate easy with
I
simple.
want to find out more about these church people you referred to.
Yeah. But he's still chubby. And I told him, I said, I'm going to call you chubby now because you could have, Now, granted, I did, I operate to lose that much.
I had COVID. and,
COVID for that week when I lost my appetite helped a bunch keeping calories down. And I upped my output a lot. So I did a calorie count. I was operating at a 1,200 caloric deficit. That helped get it off quick. And
Can y'all not feel?
the dog.
And I upped all my output, all my doing my jiu-jitsu a lot more and Muay Thai a lot more, and it just flew off. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right though, Gilbert. I did not lose weight for health reasons, and not even to not have to buy a new suit. I did it to spite someone. So. Oh, Dan Little says, I lost 41 pounds in 3 months, and I have a pileup of beer in my brewery. I also didn't drink beer for most of that 6 weeks. I did when I went up to the ranch, because you can't hang out with Todd Burns and not drink. But
Oh, God forbid. Can you imagine just sitting around talking to each other sober?
that's why, yeah. What is he? What did Clay said?
Oh, wait, we're doing it right now.
Yeah. Oh, Matthew says I do so many 16-ounce curls and I get nowhere. Yeah. I started that again. So it's funny because now that I lost the spite weight, and I'm not really, when I got on the scale too that morning, I was dehydrated like you usually are in the morning. So I'm now 168 dehydrated, but most of the time during the day I'm like 170, 171.
So, am I muted?
You're not.
So to the guy who said the 16-ounce curls, if you go up to an imperial pint, just the 20 ounces.
The 20 ounce will make the difference.
Yeah, but it might have the other effect on the gut.
Yeah, but you're gonna get the arms. Yeah.
I
Well,
mean-
here's the trick I always learn too. If your gut grows, guys, if you do a lot of push-ups and you get your arms big, your gut can be as big as you want because you look proportional. And people are like, oh, that guy, he looks strong. It's only weird when you have chicken arms, chicken legs, and a gut. Then people notice.
Hey, I'm standing right here.
Yeah. Gilbert said, I thought you were a man of convenience. Don't you know if you look chubby, you can make friends with fat guys like me, so you look thinner by comparison?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, that's why I hang out
with
here,
heavy
man.
people.
You're not chubby. What do you weigh, $180?
90.
Are you
probably.
$190? Well, you're
At
also
least.
6 foot.
Yeah.
6'1", 6 foot?
No, 6 foot.
Yeah.
5'11" and 3/4.
Well, if we're going to be precise, then I'm 5'6" and 7'8". I mean, but I tell people if I'm 5'8", where's my driver's license say? I'm such a liar. I don't know why. I've been renewing the same license since I was 18 or whatever,
Yeah.
and it says I'm 5'9". That is such. I don't know if showing your driver's license
It was
on
a lie
camera.
then, it's
That's
a
probably not a
lie
smart
now.
thing, right? I won't show it on camera because I don't want you weirdos knowing where I live. But it says 5'9".
Yeah. It was a lie then, and it's a lie
Yeah,
now.
and look at that face too. It's like, look how young I look. I just got it renewed.
Yeah. Well, that's a current pic. I mean, a current picture. That picture's 4 years old.
No, 14 years old.
No, you did it online again?
Yes, I've done it online the last 2 times. Yes, I haven't taken the photo. How long do they do it for? Well, I'll tell
That
you.
photo's not when you were 21 years old.
Yes, that's what I'm telling you.
Really?
This it expires in 20. So it's 8 years. Have they always been 8 years?
No. When I was young, it started out like at 4, but they have gone up,
Okay.
increased.
This is an 8. I guarantee you they're not gonna let me next time.
No, because you have to go in for a vision test. You had a vision test at least like every other time.
They should have made me do a vision test this time.
Yeah.
My night vision. I mean, they don't do that at the DMV, but my night vision's getting terrible, dude. The floaters, when it's dark and the oncoming traffic is shining light, it's getting rough. And my hearing too. I'm only 30. I'm about to be 36, and I feel like I'm 86.
Hey, here's something I want to do. Let's
All
start
right,
this
I'm
grill.
ready
Let's
to-
put this
I'm
up
ready
here.
to
And
pitch
we'll
the
start the fire going, and we can still get.
Todd, good
I'm
deal.
ready to pitch the yeast.
Todd is pitching
All right.
the yeast. What are you using? Is it a liquid from our friends at Imperial?
Yeah, flagship.
Flagship. That's what I believe we're using too. James, I'm imagining you're using Harvest.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Yeah, buddy.
I had to
Harvest.
get an extension. Ready because I'm going to shoot this in so I get lots and lots of.
I had 6 gallons of sparge water, and
Okay.
we could have used more.
Yeah, we could have. Do you want to go up for the boil? I mean, are we ready to pick it up?
Well, no, because I was, but now I keep. I'm doing this, and I'm getting more and more just by squeezing. I'm squeezing the grains.
Let me go to Sparge Cam. Oh wait, no, I don't have
You're
that.
not supposed to. Come on, meet me.
Up and Todd is. It's like we're looking into the future.
Now that's oxygenating right there. I don't know if y'all can see it. Can y'all see it?
Oh yeah, we say don't spill.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you almost made a mess.
I don't know if we can get any more, Josh.
Oh my gosh, Todd. That's fine. That's fine. We'll do what we got to do. Dan Little's asking, do you guys ever do a yeast starter with Imperial? Yes, James just did on last week's episode, I believe. Correct, James?
This is one of the things I love about this system is being able to just shoot that wort in there really hard
I agree.
and let it so you get lots of oxygen.
I agree.
Then I put the yeast and then I do the rest of it in there.
You yeah, the tubing and that piece of tubing is included with every brow tag, isn't it? Or that connection?
Yeah.
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 All right, Sparge.
Yeah.
We're on the
And,
Sparge cam. You're on
Joe
the,
gave me 4 instead of 3, so I'm just going to split the other one up.
where are we at on
I
volume?
probably don't need that
Chill
much,
me.
but I'm going to.
Oh, we're getting there. Dude, what are you talking about? We're good.
We have to add all 3 of those gallons of water, probably.
No.
I think
You
so.
gonna bet $5?
You said, yeah.
I don't. We're not
bet
to
you
add all
$5.
3.
Yeah, because we wanted a 13-gallon to start, didn't we?
Let me pull up
To
the
yield
recipe.
11. That's what you sent on the.
I think that is what I sent. But hold on. If I update it on here and you don't see me update it, it'll change the numbers. That's called cheating.
Right? Didn't it say 13? Look, if I just go
Actually,
I
Pop,
gotta do this, what?
going into the kettle, 12.71. See, yeah, you're good, dude.
I'll have to add 2 gallons and we're fine. It's at 10
Not
right
even
now.
2.
Yes, at 10.
No, it's not. It's at 11.
It's 10. Trust me.
11. Which I don't want to argue.
do wanna get
I don't
off
want
this
to
though,
argue with
don't
you on
you?
the live stream. Okay, that's not professional.
So I know y'all have had the discussion many times to squeeze or not to squeeze on the bag on a brewing bag, but I'm
No,
doing the same thing here, sort of.
No, it's fine. James, what is your opinion? We had not quite a stuck mash or sparge, pardon me, and he's kind of whittling it around to get some of the last stuff out. Is that
Put my
okay, or
spoon
are
down
we?
into the grains.
Yeah, I mean, we've heard from lots of people that, especially the ones that do the brew in the bag, they say that they squeeze all the time
Yeah.
with no
You hear 'em?
issues. So
Yep, I did. That's I guess in essence that's what I'm doing now.
It
I'm not
is.
squeezing anything, but I'm putting the spoon down in there, pushing it, and when I push it, you can see it like this stuff is just soaking.
Oh, it smells so good though.
It does smell good.
Oh, it
Your
smells
mom
so
doesn't
good.
like that.
You know what? We should
What's wrong
make
with her?
some. We should keep some of this. And
Make
I
some
could.
bread or something.
Well, I was gonna, or the puppy treats. Murray would love.
Do you have a recipe for that?
Yeah, I do. And it's really just baking these with some peanut butter
Now,
and
this
some
one
other.
had this. Well, there's no chocolate in here, but the
No, there's not.
caramel malts. There's no. I
No,
mean, it's dark
James,
in-
can you think of any of the even the chocolate
any
malt
of the
that we have in here?
ingredients-
That's not.
Any of the ingredients in here would be bad for a dog.
I don't believe so.
yeah, no, there's no cocoa.
Yeah, I was just saying, let me-
If you look up the recipe for dog treats, it'll tell you
Yeah.
that do not use this or that if it you know what I'm saying, since
Right. John, thanks for joining us, man. If you're still on here, I had come back to the chat and he said, "Oh, Clay in the chat says squeeze away," and then Matt said, "That's what she said." That's what she said.
I'm at 194 degrees.
So you were getting it.
and I'm almost
Oh, yeah,
19
you are.
gallons.
You're at 11 now. Come on.
really.
I'm starting to feel like Austin Powers here.
Why?
I've been doing this for a while now.
Oh, I love that. That was
It's a lot of
gold.
war,
That,
isn't it?
that was
Look how
gold.
much war-
That was
war's
gold
gonna be
member.
good.
Hey, you know how I got no less than 50 emails when I made that gold member reference the other week? Like, oh man, I watched that movie again. I forgot how funny it was. I know.
I heard it, but I don't remember the quote now.
Todd's dad, Todd was working on the electrical in the apartment, and just his underwear.
That's right, that's
and Todd's
right.
dad said something along the lines of "You're fat," but I said, "Oh, he didn't say I used to think you're crazy, but now I see you're nuts."
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I remember now.
That's my favorite line from Gold Member.
I don't think I could quote a line from Gold Member. I'm sure
I haven't
watched it.
seen Gold Member. Oh, I'm lying. After that, I did go back and watch it, and that
I
was.
probably watched it once.
I just watched Chappelle's new stand-up last night.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Really?
Oh, it's hilarious. It's like Sticks and Stones in regards to the same blunt aggressiveness,
Yeah.
which I like.
Oh, they're already going after him. I saw
yeah.
a couple
Yeah,
of
but which
reports
any-
saying that they were going to.
any-
They were outraged by him.
Any good comedian, I mean, you
I think we're done here.
outrage people.
I think
It
we're done
happens. You know, just it depends. That's my fairite thing. And I'll just leave
okay.
it. Yeah, I'll leave it short and sweet. My favorite thing
Can we
about
talk about brewing for a second? I'm brewing here, you know.
Let me go.
go for it, Todd, because we're
I've
lifting.
got 6 gallons in
Spin
each
it that way.
bucket.
What was that?
6 gallons in each bucket.
Dang, Todd. Let me see.
I don't know how you can
Gotta
do this
love
by
that.
yourself. There's no way.
No, not Kohler Brewing. I mean, you'd have to have everything
Not
set up.
this many
See,
gallons.
boom. Where's the volume?
No, we need to be 13, but
No, 12. I thought it
I'm
12.
done brewing.
Oh, 12-7. My bad.
but I got.
No, you're not. You got to clean.
He's done.
Ah,
Jeez.
I got 19 gallons of water.
yep. I got pretty much got 6 in each one, so maybe 5.75 or something. I got I had 17.
We had a gas?
Yeah, so I couldn't have gotten that much in there, but I got 5.5 in each one at least. So I should be able to get three full kegs out of it.
My lighter went out.
Well, we can. Well, James, where are you at?
I'm waiting on the boil.
Okay, so we are as well.
About to start to boil.
We're about to start getting up to boil. So
Yeah.
you want to do the you want to do the
I just finished my sparge.
after Todd cleans. You want to do the episode?
What are we gonna do for lunch?
Lunch. I forget. My mom just fed me. That's why I wasn't thinking about it. I muted you, Pop.
Let me ask.
Hey.
Hey, Lana, you don't
Matt, I agree with you. Yeah. Again, yeah. Just if you don't want to watch something, don't watch it. I think that's what people say about this show, and it's not even because we're offensive. We're offensively low quality, but not offensive subject matter. Jimmy, what about the stiff neck joke in Gold Member? I don't remember that off the top of my head. Which scene? And then when Todd gets back, Clay, I'll ask him. I believe he said he started brewing at 6:30 a.m. Does that sound about right to you, James?
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, he turned it all on.
Oh, you've been muted.
6:30.
That's what I thought he said. Which is wild to me. Wow.
Yeah.
All right,
I started a little after, about 9:15 is when I started.
let me see. Let me do it.
The bowl's fixing to hit. I'm at almost 200 degrees.
When we do the podcast, I'm gonna mute my wireless mic and use this one because I don't think we can hear the flame nearly as bad. I'm saying when we start recording, I'm going to actually. You know what you do? Because we'll have you on the show as well. You don't have any wired headphones where you could sit right here? Okay, we get some for you. Okay, yeah, get some for you, and then pull up a stool here so that when we do the actual recording, you'll be right there and they can hear you. And then we can still use your. You know what? Actually, I have another mic. Oh, I don't have a mic stand. You can just use your wireless mic because it sounds good.
No.
Maybe a mic on their Bose. I don't know if there's a mic on
No, because you're going to be going into a XLR board if you're going to be using that. We'll just use your wireless mic. That's fine. But the only reason I switched off of wireless was because if I go back to it.
This thing's like the board. So you'll turn that fire way down.
Oh, Dustin and Jimmy reminded me. That's right. It's when he rescues his dad. That's right. I'm here to rescue you. Yeah. I had a stiff neck for a while. And then they start speaking in, not Cogni or whatever they call that. And they have the translation at the bottom. I remember that scene. Todd, you're in good company. Billy said he always starts brewing at 6 a.m. He starts setting up the night before so his water is at temp. Y'all are in good company.
Yeah, that's the way to brew.
Well, it must be nice because at 6 a.m. on a school day, I'm getting my 4-year-old ready for daycare and trying to calm my preteen down because she's having some meltdown about something.
Yeah.
James, don't you love those days of melting down?
Been there, done that. Been there, done that. I'm done.
The meltdown of a teenage girl or preteen girl. And he shot on a turtle. Yes, Matt, exactly. Oh, I love. Maybe I'll. No, what was it? What did I tell my wife that I wanted to watch?
What did the sparge yield? It's slowly now. I haven't
It
seen
is
the water
no
yet.
right. Yeah. 12. I mean, I'd say 11. 11 2, 11 2, 11 and a quarter. Probably 11 and a quarter. I don't know. I would love to start earlier. It's just like I said, it's difficult on. Okay. It's hard to. It's hard to start early. But again, when, he's right here behind me. He can't hear me because he's deaf and I'm whispering it. When we get a brow tag soon, probably Christmas present. He can't hear me. This is hilarious. When we get that, it'll be much better. Don't you agree, James? It'll be easier brewing once we have electric brewing going on over here.
Yeah, we need to get you a brow tog over there.
That's my plan is to buy him one for coming up. He can't hear me because he's deaf. He's like 80 years old. He's so old. He can't hear anything. Old timer. Doing good. Nice. No, it doesn't matter. And Todd keeps going in and out. You know what I should have done, James? I should have given Todd one of these wireless mics.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have. He might be using his headphones. I didn't notice how he's. Todd,
He had his headphones in.
is that how you're listening to us? Is through wireless headphones?
No, it's just a speaker on my computer.
Exactly.
It
So
wouldn't work. I couldn't get them to connect. Maybe if I reboot my computer, I could get them to. For some reason, it wouldn't connect to them.
Todd's,
It wasn't finding them.
Todd's basically living in 1999 with how he operates.
No, they're wireless. I mean, they're wireless.
What's that? Yes.
See? Look, Josh.
I see.
More modern than the ones you have on.
You're right. You're right. But these are classic, dude. These MDR 7506. These are like have been, industry standard studio headphones for a long time. You have them in your office. I would say you can't make fun of them. You love them. Anyway, so James, you're working up to boil. We're working up to boil.
Yep.
It's
at 2:03 now. I got a full kettle.
That's awesome. Oh, that's awesome. All right. Well, y'all tell me, because we still got 20-ish. It looks like in the chat or viewing. So it's a small crowd. We've been for 2 hours. I'm worried. James, have y'all heard? Has it still been delayed audio from my end, or is it pretty real time?
No, it's fine to me.
Okay, because the only reason I was worried about doing the live stream and doing the Zoom was I was worried y'all were getting a delay. So I was worried I'd have to kill the live stream so that all the bandwidth resources could just be on Zoom. But if y'all are hearing me fine, then we can do it. We can just do it like that. My dad's going to get headphones so he can actually hear y'all, because I'm going to let him. He's going to sit in on this episode as well. And Todd, God darn it, he's not in here. He told me Pierce, his dad, was going to be coming by as well. But if we were going to record, like, let's say now, I don't know if he has to tell him, like, Dad, come over now or whatever. So I guess we should coordinate with Todd.
Yeah, kind of like to eat something. I haven't had anything.
Oh, well, then get food, and then we'll do it. You have how long till you think you're boiling, and then the boil, obviously. But which you're doing an hour boil, right?
Yeah, just 60 minutes. So
okay, what is?
Well, Lana, is she ordering? I think Lana's ordering, so they're going to have it delivered here.
Okay, and Todd.
So if I have to, I can eat while we're doing the podcast.
You totally could. Yeah. And Todd, will you move your mic over there at some point so we can start planning on doing the show?
When do you want? What time do y'all want to do the podcast?
It's around you, man. You tell me. I mean, we could do it as soon as you want.
Oh, okay.
We can do it at 12:30. It's 11:55.
12:30. That sounds good.
Well, where are you going?
I'm going to jump off of this for a little bit then.
You're going to do what?
I'm going to jump off of this.
Why?
Because I got to go do a couple things.
You can just leave it running. All right, fine. Okay. Hop off. I don't care. Do whatever you want. You're an adult. You know what? No, don't hop off. No, don't hop off. I'm going to kick you off. Hold on. Let's see here. I put him in the waiting room. Yeah, how do you like that, Todd? Now you're in the waiting room. Jerk. The Jerk store called, and they're out of you. Seinfeld's on Netflix, friends. Worth watching. James, I forgot.
I can't wait to see that Chappelle show.
The new stand-up's good, dude. You're gonna like it.
Yeah,
it's funny. He's funny. All right. Clay in the chat said there's no Grubhub in Comanche, James.
There's nothing in Comanche.
That's weird. There's no Grubhub. Mm-mm. Is there Uber? You know what? We did determine there is an Uber in Brownwood. Because I almost when I got COVID up the ranch, I was by myself for the first couple of hours, and I didn't have any pain reducer, and I didn't want to go bother Liz's mom at the house because I figured I'm sick. Even if it wasn't COVID, I don't need to spread. I mean, she's 84, 83. She has COPD. You don't need to spread illness to her. And so I was like, dying on the floor, and I pulled up Uber because I was sick, so I didn't end up doing it. But I was like, I'm gonna get an Uber so I could go to the drugstore and get some Tylenol. And that's how I found out there's Uber from Brownwood to the ranch. It was going to be expensive, but I could have done it.
Yeah. Well, at least you have that. Duster doesn't have a Uber.
No,
service.
you don't out there. No, I can't imagine, or how much it would be if someone did drive out there. Oh my gosh. What's up?
Right.
Oh, thank you. Can you hand me that vacuum right there? Thank you, sir. Yeah, it's wired, right? Yeah, you just go right here in the number 2. All right, now let's see. Oh no, Shiza. There we go. Bueno. Hey, new batteries make it work. Look at that. The funny thing is, we've done most of it now, so there's not going to be anything for those other cameras to be used for. I could, you know what I could do, Pop? I could move that camera to facing us right there.
Yeah.
So we
Just algorithm.
Okay.
Let me get this,
Okay.
Over on board, what do you think?
Well, say that again.
So right now it's at
160 over under on boil. I'm going to say
The over
40,
under on boil.
41 minutes from now.
Till it starts boiling?
41.
$1, Bob.
Were you taking under or over?
Under. I'll take the under. 41 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just started.
Perfect. It's going to be 40 minutes and 48 seconds. And I still win.
$1. It took me a while.
Yeah.
Oh shit! It was 160. It's already 170.
I'm telling you.
We might be there in 20 minutes.
Yeah. Too bad we didn't bet $5.
Hey, I put the lid on. How long can I leave the lid on?
Oh, don't.
Look how high it is.
Yeah, don't do that.
Come on.
No.
Come
No,
on,
we're
little.
no, don't. You got to turn that camera?
Yes.
So first, turn it, and then lower it. Like, we're careful because it's at its peak. Look. I mean, you bring it closer to me. So you see the slack? There's none.
That's
Yeah.
why. I mean, if you'd have moved this first,
Oh, yeah.
we can go right up next to you.
I don't know if you know this about me. I'm kind of lazy.
Path of least resistance.
That too.
Path of least resistance is the nice way of saying I'm lazy.
See, look now. We can go as close as.
Now turn the whole thing, and then at the bottom you see the screw, or is it up by your hand?
lower it?
No.
Yeah, at the bottom.
Not that,
This was
not that.
loose.
No.
This is loose. I'm just tightening it.
Oh, okay.
Well, this is like free flowing.
Jimmy said your dad's going to lower the burner now so he can win. Did you adjust it? You dirty dog.
How low, brother? How low?
I think right there is perfect.
Okay. And the angle's good? I'll go up a
turn
little bit.
Turn the camera up a little bit more.
I haven't touched it yet.
Yeah. Right there. Perfect. Stop. Perfect.
Looking good?
And when you come back around, it's going to look great.
Hold on, I gotta check this fire.
Yeah, check the fire. No, don't touch the. Wait. Wait a minute. Jimmy, I think you're right.
Yeah, it's still just 170.
This would be a good angle.
Higher.
See the mess of a table. I've muted you, so we didn't hear the. All right, I can take off the recipe from there. Oh, shiza, not completely remove it. Darn it, Josh.
Hey, the lid on should help you, your weight.
Oh, it would. I just don't want to. I don't want to boil over. Yeah. Famous last words. All right, I gotta pull up the episode. But Todd, you hear me?
Yeah,
You said so 12:30.
12:30.
All right. Well, hold on. Yeah. Put your headphones on. And then hand that to me. And you have here. You need a stool, man. Oh no. All right, and plug into number 2. Plug into number 2. And then your mic is working.
Is it? It is.
And Todd, can you talk to my father?
Yes? What do you want me to talk to him about?
Well, earlier I mentioned, the best thing was that Josh does all the cleanup afterwards, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If you can get him to do that, I commend you, my friend.
You know what we might do?
He usually gets really busy with something right around when it's time to clean
Yeah.
up stuff.
Well, he's got to go pick up the kids. Got to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a busy stay-at-home something. I don't know. A neighbor asked me the other day what I did for a living. I was like, "Well, who are you? It's not your business."
What do you do?
I
for a
ask
living?
myself that all the time. Every pay period.
So yeah, what we'll do, I'll adjust the camera a little bit more so that we're squared up. But that's what we'll do for the episode. And then I have another one.
Did I mention,
What Todd? Yeah, go for
did I
it.
mention how much I like my new floor? Oh, it's nice.
Your new what?
Might have gone too far.
Oh, dude. You're
Huh?
oh, you're good now. What'd you say? Your new what?
I love this new floor. It's so much easier to
Oh,
clean.
yeah, of course. You have the drain right there.
Well, not only that, but they redid the floor, so now it's got walls. It goes up the wall, so I can spray everything down.
Right.
That's great. Makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah. I agree. It does. You know what I can do now? Watch this. I can settings, hotkeys. What are we calling that first camera?
Have a drink.
No, you're good. I muted you. It's called video capture device. So settings here. Oh, Jimmy said, get a wireless meat thermometer and set the alarm temp just before boiling. You know, we actually, you have that, don't you? The wireless meat thermometer that you set the alarm. Don't you have one?
That's the one that's not.
That's the one that doesn't work.
It's not as accurate as the others. I couldn't get it working the other day.
Booyah. There we go. Look at that. Joshua Stubing utilizing technology. Boom, boom. I can inlay our other views right there. Now Todd and James can't see it, but whatever. All right, I'm muting you again. Okay, guys, what I think we're gonna do is either we can leave this running if show of a hands or let me know if you care to watch the recording of the live episode, which obviously if we keep y'all on, we'll do interaction with y'all during the episode.
Oh,
Which,
shit, it's boiling over.
you're boiling over? I can't see your screen. Shiza.
Correct. I turned it way down, too.
Oh, quick, mute James's thing so they can't know we mess up
No, it
sometimes.
wasn't too bad.
Yeah, I just say it doesn't look bad at all.
I'm sorry, guys,
We will if y'all want to watch the live, please let me know and I can leave it going now and then we'll start the episode when Todd gets back
It wasn't too bad.
and let James will
Gotta
eat.
reconnect my head.
I'll
This.
eat more. We'll do all that stuff. And then, or if y'all don't care, if you're not going to watch the live, if y'all don't care about a live recording of 250, let me know and I'll end this part of the day. And obviously thank y'all for watching us and all that. It doesn't matter to me. The only reason I was considering, all right, yeah,
Hear
okay.
y'all now.
Could you not hear me before?
No, I had to go up to get the hops and my headphones.
I was just saying because you weren't replying to me when I was talking.
No,
Yeah, I'm good. Okay, yeah. We'll stream it then. Well, I mean, we'll just leave this thing going.
It
But
pulled over a little.
we're not. We actually have 25 minutes before.
We had more than that.
Yeah, and I'm talking about before we start recording the show.
More than that before we start recording.
Yes, we do.
It
Yeah.
went down. I started. It went down.
Yeah. Oh, let me get your mic set. All right, so I'm gonna mute all my stuff, and I'm gonna have to set up a proper mic for him, and then we'll be back intermittently. We'll be back, guys.
Okay, we're good to go.
Oh, Daniel said he wants to see it for the bloopers. When we record, there are no bloopers. We did it right.
It's all live and in
we,
color.
we did it right the first time, every time. My bad. I don't know how long that laugh track was on, guys. I am so sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Joe. He can't hear me.
No, say hi, Joe.
Hey.
Hey.
Y'all live right now?
Yep.
Oh wow. I think the screen's so dark. I don't know if. Hey James, when you get a chance, look at the camera and tell me if you can see. Am I super washed out?
Yeah,
You can't see
Yeah,
me.
you look like you're doing a interview, and you don't want anybody to know your face.
And that was when Todd beat me. Please don't tell him my secrets.
So that's how they do that shit. Well, literally, I can
Oh
see
no,
an outline.
Dad. I'm gonna have to turn us around, or do you have it? The backlight? We're totally washed out. I say that. Let me go to Zoom settings and see if I can't. James, how's that, man?
Good. Yeah, it looks a lot better.
Okay. Damn, though, it's still. All right. Wait, on that one. Okay. I'm having such a. There we go. I think it's the other one, Dad, that is super washed out. It's that one up there now. What's that?
I can bring this.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can.
Does that make a difference?
The on Zoom.
Now that looks even better.
Yeah. No, we're good. We're good. We're good. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. That was me cranking up the contrast, low light in Zoom, and what he's doing here. Because look, if I go back to where it was, womp, womp, womp.
Yep.
But when I go, that is fine. I mean, I'm just saying, I don't know how much of a difference it's making. But yeah, I mean, I think Zoom's software is making the biggest difference for us. That's fine. It's so funny. I was worried about setting up all these multi cameras and stuff, and don't even need this shit. Stuff. Sorry, Mom. Stuff. Don't need this stuff. Todd Burns turned his camera off. Toddy, boy, what are you doing over there? When are they bringing you food, James?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I ordered a pizza.
Oh yeah, nice.
I'm gonna get off from you. Okay. I'm scared. You know what I mean? I did. I'm a little scared.
Todd, good Lord, what are you doing? Yeah, it is. The lighting's good, Pop. Golly, Todd. Mark is asking, oh, hey, Fred, what's up? Yeah, I'm glad more people are coming in now that weren't in earlier. Yes, our brew days, we have my Pop and I doing the breakfast stout clone, and we are waiting to boil. James is boiling, and he's doing an a Vienna lager, pardon me.
Yep.
And Todd is brewing a rye brown?
Brewed.
What, Todd?
Has brewed, not is brewing.
Oh, he has.
He already brewed it.
And Todd, you sound like garbage, dude. What are you setting your stuff back up? All right, I'm gonna mute you until it's done because it sounds terrible and you're like crashing stuff and it's just very unprofessional, Todd. I'm there. You're muted. Oh, Fred, that was you. My bad, Fred. I've been getting so many text messages I don't realize who I'm talking to. Yeah, if you have to log into YouTube to be able to chat. Yes. Vector Ponder, what's up, man? And Mark, thank y'all so much. Yeah, so we've already mashed. What makes it a breakfast stout? Well, the malt. Oh, and that triggered that was fitting. It triggered if it knocked that over, which then hit the pad on here for the applause. Can you not tie that?
There's your blooper right there.
Yeah, Daniel, where are you at? What ultimately makes it a breakfast stout is it's an imperial coffee stout. So the strong coffee notes and chocolate is what people associate it with breakfast. It's
that's accomplished with some really dark roasted malts, big body,
yes.
big sweetness, and hops.
Clay says breakfast stout is good on cereal. You might be an alcoholic. Todd, Rico Suave, Todd, back in. You have to unmute yourself. I muted you because I was annoyed. There you go.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
I think I'm on this microphone now, I believe, right?
No.
Clay, breakfast stout is good on cereal.
That's why I said you might be an alcoholic. Yeah. No, Todd. You got to change it in Zoom to being that mic. I mean, you do whatever you want. You write the chats around here. Oh yeah. Oh, Todd. I guess we can spoil it for him now. We're not using Folgers.
How about now?
Yeah, sounds great.
I'm on this mic,
Yes.
you think?
Yes, you are. Dad,
Okay.
Dad, why don't you tell him what are we brewing with?
Let me look it up. It's a Sumatra something because I know James mentioned Sumatra last time we were.
Ooh, you guys
Wow.
you're stepping up a little bit.
But if it ends up being bad,
That's what I'll blame it on.
then
It'll be my fault.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, I was gonna say Todd's fault because he always chastises us for using.
Okay,
Folgers.
Sumatran Mandheling. How would you pronounce that? MANDHELING.
Let's see. Sumatra Mandheling. Is that from HEB?
You gotta get closer. Yeah.
Cafe Ole. 100% Arabica.
I put whole beans.
I don't want to hold this new phone. This is look at how bougie my dad is, James. This is the iPhone 13 Pro Max. The 512.
No, not the Max.
Wow.
Not the Max. The Max is huge.
Is that
the
the
Max
only
is bigger.
difference?
The only difference is the size.
Oh,
Not
okay.
true. Max has a little bit more battery.
Oh, of course it does because it's massive.
This one, yeah.
Yeah, it's massive.
That's the only difference. Is a little bit more battery and the size. But I don't like the size. This is the same footprint as the 10 that I had, the original iPhone X.
Which I think James still uses a 10, if I'm not mistaken.
I got a 12.
Oh,
Dude, so they give me $800 for my 10. I thought I was
Really?
gonna get 1,000 for it, but yeah, they gave me $800 for my 10. And
madness.
yeah, Sumatran Mandheling.
I don't know if Clay said that is probably very accurate. I don't know if he's replying to Mark, who says that the breakfast stout has many calories as a full breakfast, or my comment that Clay might be an alcoholic. I don't know which one you're commenting on, Clay.
That might be right.
Yeah, that might be right. Yes.
Okay.
All right, I just try to make space
Still-
for this.
Not good.
I don't know about that, Josh. I can totally drink him under the table any day of the week. So what does that say about
So what
me?
does that say about me? That's hilarious. All right, let me move. We should be good here.
Skim some more.
Let's make sure y'all can all hear. Let's make sure you can hear. Y'all hear the theme music on that side?
Barely.
Kinda.
Yeah, see, it's doing delay. All right, well, then the theme music's not nearly as important as make sure you can hear the questions and the feedback. Like, here's.
Hey, Joshua, Todd, and James. Got a quick question for you about a four-way.
Well, Todd, you don't even have headphones in. How can you hear?
I can't. I'm listening to the speaker because my dad's coming. I can't. He can't. Well, I don't have 2 sets of headphones.
Oh, golly. Could you hear that question at all?
Why do I need headphones? I can hear
so
you fine.
so you can hear the questions.
I can hear the question.
Okay, so you can hear this?
Hey, Joshua, Todd, and James.
Yeah,
Got a
of
quick
course.
question for you about a.
I mean, do you think
four-way-
that if you have a different type of listening device, like that you can only hear certain things that are coming through?
I
Like,
think if you had headphones on, you could hear better. That's what I was saying. If you had headphones on, you could hear better. That's all. Better.
oh, okay. I didn't understand why you were,
When I play when I'm doing like a studio session or drumming at the church, you wear headphones to monitor so that you can hear the click track better. You hear that beep boop 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 beep. If
I can hear fine.
Oh gosh, James, let me make
Yeah,
sure.
very funny, Clay.
Yeah, I saw that. It takes more beer to saturate a 9. You're mistaken, Clay. He's 12 feet tall. We've measured him. It's like going around with Sasquatch. And that's a compliment, James. I'm jealous because my wife is 5'10", and she reminds me when I tell her she's tall, she goes, "That's the average height for an American male." I am 5'7". If you look at my driver's license, I'm 5'9", but I'm 5'7". James, I'm going to make sure you can hear this question.
I heard it earlier when I
Hey,
was in the
Joshua.
bathroom.
Okay, so you can hear that just fine. I don't care if y'all barely hear the music. The music's not important. The questions are important. Gilbert
At least
said,
you didn't say for a real American male.
"Yeah, that's what she meant." Well, let's be honest. That's what she meant.
Well, yeah.
But you know what it's like to be below average.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
If
I
Todd
make up for it with charm though.
if Todd was a baby, your percentiles would be the best reported because they'd be like, well, he's in the 8th percentile for height and the 97th percentile for weight and the 100th percentile for calf size. Your calves are the size of a newborn baby. It's so impressive. I was
Yeah,
wondering.
they look like tomahawk steaks on the back.
They do. That's so funny. They do look like tomahawk steaks. It is wild how I think it was when you were in Italy. Didn't you get into a calf size contest with some?
Germany.
It was
Germany.
Germ-
There was a soccer team.
And I forget how it came up.
Well, this guy was showing off his calves to everybody, and they were all going, "Ooh!" And I'd had a few beers. We were at a long table together, and I didn't know any of them, but I just stood up and threw my calf up on the table and showed them, and they all went, "Ah!" And the other guy just sat down. You know, he was defeated. So it's everybody always asks me how I got these calves. It's completely genetic.
Yeah.
I haven't done anything for them.
Well, but it looks like you do, like toe razors, or that you do.
I don't even know what that is.
Like you could go on any kind of elevated, entryway or a piece of wood. You put your toes. He can't hear me now. Look, yeah, I don't know what that is. I'm going to walk away from you now as you're explaining it to me.
Ask a question and leave.
Yeah.
That's probably why I'm not married anymore.
I refer to my wife right now as my first wife, and she doesn't find it funny.
That's how Grandpa.
That's
your
where I got
grandpa-
it from.
Yeah. I do that to Angie
You've
occasionally.
met my first wife, Patsy. Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite story is still of Grandpa, and I've been telling it wrong forever. Christy, correct me. I thought it was about pants. When we visited him, my grandfather, Todd has heard this story a million times. James, I don't know if you've heard it. My grandfather, he had a fantastic sense of humor, like terribly, just the funniest guy I've ever known. And 2 weeks, not even, it's like 10 days after we bury my grandmother, his wife, the love of his life. We're in San Antonio visiting the zoo, and we go to visit him after we go to the zoo, and we're having a good talk or whatever. And we had asked him if he wanted to go get food with us, and he politely declined and said, "Oh, I still have some pizza like in the fridge," and it was like pepperoni, or I forget the ingredient. This is
Meat lovers.
yeah,
probably.
it was something, and he said something like, Patsy never much cared for pepperoni, but she's not here to say anything now.
And did a little dance just like that.
He did this dance. Christy.
Yeah, it's like when I bought the car, everybody was like, How did you? Oh yeah, you're not married.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. My wife, when my grandfather did that, her face was pale white. I mean, she just it was the best moment ever. I was dying laughing. It was,
And my mom would be laughing as well.
oh, of course, yeah. Grandpa, what was great about he had to change the mood, and that's the only way he knew how, was to be inappropriately funny. So, Todd, you're making your place like a sleep chamber. What is he doing? You can turn.
It's like a horror movie.
You can turn
and
lights.
he's
Yeah,
coming
look,
to kill you.
Well, it's too bright. I don't like it where it's.
when you see that silhouette waddling, it's terrifying.
I don't know what I did with my phone. It's probably gonna ring at some point.
Ask Google.
I'm
to
ready. Whenever y'all are ready, I'm ready.
Ask Google to find your phone. Here, can you turn a little bit that way, so it wasn't picking up? Yeah. When you start talking, it'll be fine.
Yeah, well, we're about to get a boil. Once we get to the boil.
Yeah. When we get a boil, we'll start the clock.
I've been skimming the.
Well, and the first hops ready?
I've got them all right here.
Yeah, buddy.
3.5 are going in.
3.5 for 60. Yeah. And then 1 for 15.
The Willamette.
Yeah. So
Willamette.
first is Magnum at 3 1/4.
3.5.
3.5.
3.5
my
ounces.
And then 1 for 15, and then 1 for 5. Yeah. Mr. Burns, you said you're ready?
I'm ready.
James, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Cool. Well, then let me mute channels. Channels are muted. And put it on the. Oh no, not that. Put it on the landing screen. There we go. And then let me hit record as we do. All right, I believe we're good to go. Audio's recording, video's recording. This is Homebrew Happy Hour, episode 250 with Todd Burns and James Carlson. Today's show is brought to you by Imperial Yeast. You hear us gushing over Imperial Yeast all the time, and that's because their yeast performs for us in every batch that we brew. Imperial Yeast is adored by commercial breweries and home brewers alike. Their Pitch Right pouches are jam-packed with over 200 billion fresh yeast cells, guaranteed to deliver flawless, fast fermentations every time. Imperial Yeast strains are grown by a team of pro brewers and home brewers who live to help other brewers learn more and ferment better. Join any recipe receiving tier of our Super Duper Homebrew Club and get a free upgrade to premium Imperial Yeast with every recipe kit that ships out to you. Learn more at homebrewhappyhour.com/club and come brew with us.
Entertaining shows with content that spreads information and sparks discourse throughout the community. This is the Pearl Media Network.
It's Brew Day Live and more to celebrate our 250th episode. This is Homebrew Happy Hour, episode 250. Hello and welcome to the Homebrew Happy Hour. This is the show where we supply the answers to your homebrewing questions and discuss all things related to craft beer. If you have a question you'd like us to discuss on a future episode, go to homebrewhappyhour.com and click on that submit a question link at the top of the page, or now you can call or text them in by using 325-305-6107. I am your host, Joshua Stubing. Today I'm joined by the Director of Operations at cmbecker.com, right over there, Mr. James Carlson, as well as the President and resident Chief Keg Washer of KegConnection.com, right below me, Mr. Todd Burns. Gentlemen, it's episode 250.
Yay! That's exciting, huh?
That was believable too. That was super convincing. Like,
Yay!
yay! We've been brewing all day. If you're in our Trub Club at homebrewhappyhour.com/club, you could have joined us. We had links in our Patreon. You should have gotten it in your inbox. Anyone who's subscribed to us through Patreon, you got it for sure, sent through Patreon. And also on our secret super duper Facebook group, which is called Trub Club now. I'm sorry, Todd. It's not super duper anything anymore. But we're actually also live streaming to that audience. So let's get it right this time, guys. Let's not mess up and flub, because I don't want people to know that I actually do edit sometimes. No, I'm lying. I really don't. We actually usually just do a one take. I couldn't tell you, when is the last time y'all think we've done an episode and we didn't do a one take? It's been a long time.
It's almost always because you say something that you're not supposed to say, and I make you take it out, right?
Yeah. When we were doing the live stream before recording this episode, I was just divulging our download numbers and stuff. I know it's stuff you don't care about, but I was thinking like, because sometimes Todd gets after me if I divulge too much. If I say like, oh yeah, well, let me tell you what that does or this or that, then after the fact you're like, hey man, you're an idiot. Get that out of the show. But anyway. I'm no stranger to Todd Burns calling me an idiot. But anyway, we have a normal episode. We have questions for you. We've got listener feedback, and we're doing it live. So there are people in our live stream audience right now, a good chunk of people. Gosh, we're almost coming up on 3 hours of streaming so far. Let's start off the small talk with that. That's what I have in my show notes. I'll start it off because I like to talk and hear myself. My pop and I, who he'll be coming on in and out, he's doing most of the work because I have to do the podcast stuff. I had to run that, so he has to do most of the brewing. Normally, I'm way more involved in brewing, as everyone knows. But we're brewing, Todd, don't roll your eyes. We're brewing a 10-gallon batch of Imperial Coffee Stout, which is a clone of the Breakfast Stout from Founders, which is my top 3. It varies between number 1, number 2, number 3 of all-time beer. And we're decently smooth brew day. I'll let him report differently because, again, he's doing most of the work. James, I'm going to kick it to you, my friend. What are you brewing today?
Dos Equis Amber clone. So it's Vienna lager, but we're trying to hit the Dos Equis Amber lager.
And then
I've actually brewed that before. It's an excellent beer. It's my wife's favorite beer, so you're going to be in her good graces, James.
And I'm going to have about 19 gallons by the time I'm done.
Dang.
Wow. So
that's fantastic. Yeah, you're going to be Liz's favorite. You know how hard I've worked to even be considered one of the favorites, and
she doesn't really care for breakfast stout.
I know she doesn't.
Just saying, you know.
You're the one who asked me to brew it. What do you it was your idea.
Yeah, for me, but I'm saying she's not going to be happy with you.
That's not very nice. Oh, gosh. I, for the most part, I would say, and maybe it's the live stream, it's been pretty smooth on y'all's end. James had a tiny boil over, but it was like so minute. And Todd, you probably had the smoothest brew day. You've been brewing since 6:30, so I don't know what happened between then and when we started streaming.
I didn't have any trouble at all. I was at temperature and ready to go.
And Dad, you're on. Would you say that our brew day has been reasonably smooth?
Yeah. You know.
Come on in, Dad.
We had a little bit too much water in the mash tun, so when we're pouring in the grains, you know, we had a little overflow.
We're pushing the cooler brew to the max. Like it is filled. But we've done that before, and we had good results. So we have good beer.
In hindsight, I think that we're going to go at 1 quart per pound of grains. We did 1 1/4, and that was our mistake. Should have done it 1 because we knew we were sparging anyway with. However many,
I didn't consult James before. James would have said do 1. And
we should have.
That's what I
won't
get.
fit. You know.
That's what I get for not talking to James.
With that kind of grain bill and the fact that you're using a cooler, you're not circulating anything, so it doesn't really.
We tried to put 10.5 gallons of water in. What is that? 12 tops.
11,
and then pour in 34 pounds of grain on top of that. The displacement got us in trouble a little
bit. Guys, I'm not good at math or science. Todd can attest to that.
It's been 2 years since we brewed this recipe on the cooler brew. Last year we did it on the Spike.
The solo, the prototype.
Solo, yeah.
Before I get into some other stuff, Todd, why don't you introduce your guest?
Yeah, come on, Dad. So Josh has his dad on. I have decided to have my dad on as well.
Hey, Mr.
So
Burns.
we've talked about Dad before, all positive stuff, right?
Yes, only good things.
Always positive. So I thought that would be fun. So the first time I ever saw homebrewing in my life was with Dad. Dad used to brew his own beer. And what year do you think that was?
Oh gosh, it was
maybe middle to early 60s.
Wow.
Wait a second. I don't think
I thought
homebrew.
they.
Well, I don't think homebrewing
Didn't
was
they-
legal back then.
Yeah, I thought they legalized it in '74, and it became legal in Texas in '78.
Maybe it was that late then.
Definitely wasn't breaking the law.
Mr. Burns, you seem like a rule follower to me. That doesn't seem like you.
We've caught you on. We've caught you here.
Does he do?
Yeah, breaking the law, Dad.
Does he
Breaking the
remember
law. No,
the first batch you
would you-
brewed?
Beg pardon?
Do you remember what was the first batch you brewed? What kind of beer was
It's
it?
beer.
It was beer.
You know, they had Blue Ribbon malt, and they had it in a can, and it was had sugar in it, and it was in the grocery store. So whatever came out from that, you didn't add anything else, I don't think.
Yeah, it was just Blue Ribbon malt. The first time I ever brewed, it was just in a can. You know, we've brewed from cans before, doing experiments in the company too. But this was just something you bought in the grocery store, and then I think you just used bread yeast, didn't you?
Yes. No, I think there actually was brewer's yeast.
A brewer's yeast, okay, just
Yeah.
a generic brewer's yeast.
Yes.
And would you say it was a spectacular beer, or?
It varied according to how much unwanted bacteria you had in the batch. That's the way you varied the taste and the quality. And
I remember it being. He used to let me taste it, and I had tasted other beers, and it didn't taste like the other beers that I had tasted. You mentioned that you had some batches had some questionable quality to them, but I do remember that you brewed a really good batch one time,
Right.
And then I believe my brother and his friends got into it and drank it
that
all.
could be.
Yeah.
Could be. And pre-hop, they still made pre-hopped canned at Strat, right? Isn't that a lot?
I don't even know if was it hopped, or did you add hops?
No, I didn't add hops.
Oh, so it must have been pre-hopped.
Yeah. I have some.
Yeah.
Remember the
Mr. Beer.
Yeah, was that what it's called?
Mr. Beer was pre-hopped.
Yeah, yeah, and it just came with a can on the size of a can of green beans or whatever, and you just dumped that in there and then added the water and boiled it and
Yep.
And
That's how I started.
sanitize
So
your.
it was pretty rudimentary then, and you made wine as well.
Yes.
We actually picked grapes on the ranch. There were Mustang grapes, and made them from the grapes that we picked.
Yeah, I had a PhD chemist friend that was he had an off switch and an on switch, and he turned his on switch on that day, and I thought we'd make maybe 5 gallons, and we made 30.
Oh
Wow.
my God!
And he brewed it all in the closet of one of his daughters in his house. And she complained bitterly that her clothes smelled like brewing wine every time she went to school.
I bet. Yeah, things have certainly changed a lot. Josh, you love to bring it up that it's a good time to be a brewer, right?
It is.
So-
Oh, it's the best time to be a brewer. I mean, look at what y'all are brewing on. That's evidence enough. Y'all got commercial type equipment that you're making, 15-gallon batches on. And
what's your favorite beer that we brew?
Oh, the coach?
The Kolsch.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Josh would agree with you there.
Yeah.
It's
My
his
brother.
favorite beer.
my brother. I think well, Todd has a delicious Kolsch that is. I don't. How much would you say you've tested, Todd? Because I feel like you keep testing it every time we talk, and you've had to at least had a gallon out of there.
No, I've tested it just 2 times that I know of.
Really? Okay.
I mean, it's you got to pour a little out because there's a lot of yeast that collects at this point in that area. So you got to kind of pour a little out, maybe a couple of ounces, and then you can get a clear beer and kind of look at it. But it's not clarified enough yet. It needs some more time for sure.
Right. Well, hold on. Let me go over it. Let me. Y'all can't see this on y'all's end, but I'm switching mine over to the brew cam. We have viewers at home can see our brew cam or what's left of our grains and our boil that's going. I think did we just start boiling? Hey, and James, you're boiling. Our brew days are going well. I appreciate that. So also, Mr. Burns, are you or Todd? Have you had him brew with you since you started brewing again? Have y'all brewed together? Because I know you got brewing from him. Have y'all brewed together?
We not really. You've come over and watched a little bit.
Yeah, my consulting fee is too high for him to afford.
Yeah, Dad's a chemical engineer, and he still charges the going consulting rate for a chemical engineer. So I can't afford that.
Yeah, the family friends discount is retail plus 30%, or I forget what it is. 50%.
Yeah, to have to deal with me, he definitely charges extra. So.
Retail
Oh, and Dad, that piece of hose you wanted, I have it for you. So
Great.
we happen to have that hose already, so you're in luck.
Did you tell him? Did you tell him you broke another hydrometer? I mean, I don't want to throw you under the bus right now on the live show in front of your dad, but I don't know if you.
I just broke another hydrometer. Yeah.
I hope it wasn't that antique.
No, I don't use the one you gave me because it's an antique. So it's in a cardboard box.
No, I definitely would not have brought it up if it was the antique because I don't want to. I don't want to make you cry. No, I think it would be fun. I think y'all should do a brew day. Yeah, I think my favorite part of brewing is having my dad do all the. I mean, brewing with my dad.
Yeah,
Yeah, my dad is not going to do all the work if we brew. That's a problem. Yeah, Scott, does he help you normally? Seriously, we joke a lot about it.
Absolutely, he does.
Of course, I do.
Absolutely, he does. You know what? In the beginning, he was gone for cleanup. But that was for like the first year.
It was.
And then he'd call me want to brew. I said, no, I don't want to brew. I have to clean up afterwards.
That's true.
So
because my kids were being bad, and I used that as my excuse to get away.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, but no, he much more so than the first year.
Yeah, of course.
He does it a lot now.
Good. We kind of threw him under the bus a while back. We basically had him brew on the Browtech system, and we absolutely refused to help him. Yeah. And the hardest part of all was to keep James from helping him because James really wants to help at all times.
But you got mad at James when he was trying to help me from scalding my hand. You were like, "No, don't let him learn. Shut up."
It's part of the scalding is part of the process. You have to learn.
James was gritting his teeth, telling me, "Todd, I think he's burning himself."
I did. He was holding his hand under the scalding water, looking at it like that really hurts, And I think James was thinking about pulling it out of the scalding water at some point.
He was, but my hands are so arthritic from judo, and they're just calloused over that I just didn't feel it. It's wild. My extremities are just numb. It's probably not a good thing. I should go see someone about it. But anyway, Mr. Burns, I'm happy to see you on there. Are you? I know he said the Kolsch or whatever. Have you had my breakfast stout yet? Or I don't know if you're looking forward to the breakfast stout. I don't know if you even drink the breakfast stout.
Yeah, you probably had it. We had it on tap like 2 years ago. It's a real dark, flavorful beer. You'll like it. Dad loves beers like that, but he doesn't want a lot of it. Like anybody, I guess. He likes to have maybe a 8-ounce glass of it, and then maybe switch over to something lighter.
That's how we are over here. I mean, that's why we still have a gallon and a half left of last year's batch.
I don't know.
Not even. No, we have half a gallon, but just 8 ounces is perfect pour. Enjoy it. Have some of a cigar with it, and then move on to another style. We like that a lot.
Scott, what is your favorite beer? I don't even know.
Lone Star.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say that because I knew you'd make fun of me. It's like drinking water in the summer. Lone Star. It really is. You can drink. It's kind of like drinking water. But
or Kolsch.
Miller High Life. I like a Miller High Life.
You like Shiner Bock.
I like Shiner Bock. But a lot of the beers that Josh brings over and turns me on to are good. A good friend came by a couple weeks ago, brought some Yingling, and I hadn't had Yingling. I don't know if ever. I think I had once. But
that's a very good malty pilsner.
Yeah, it was good.
Lager. Pardon me.
Yeah, it is. Dad had a Yingling last night, right? Yeah.
So
when he came over,
I never drank IPA until. I take that back. I had several IPAs and I hated them. I was like James. I couldn't stand them at all. The first IPA that we brewed, I loved. And probably because I brewed it
Yeah.
and it came out tasting really good. And now with IPA, I have to have a cigar. I cannot drink an IPA.
He likes IPAs with cigars.
I'm an ex-smoker, cigarette smoker. I quit 20 years ago, but
cigarettes.
Yeah. And I smoke a cigar occasionally, but you know, with a breakfast stout, I really like a cigar with a breakfast stout. I like a cigar with an IPA. If I'm drinking my Lone Star, I don't have to have any. I can drink. It's like drinking water.
Yeah, but you could say he lights a cigar with beer. I mean, who?
That's true.
At the end of
That's
the day, it's just an enjoyable activity.
Yeah.
To drink beer. And have
But
a
I
cigar.
can't drink a heavy IPA without a beer.
Hey, before I forget this, Mark in the chat, because I did tell the people we are live streaming. James, he's asking on your system, are you boiling off at all, or are you going to have your kettle filled to the max?
I'm gonna have to add because my efficiency went way up, so I'm gonna actually add at the end of the boil, because right now I'm at 17 and a half gallons. I'm gonna try to get about 19 out of the batch. I have more than enough room in the fermenter for it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. I don't know if y'all noticed when I was, because everybody was kind of talking, but I actually collected RO water and put it in and added when I was right at the end, or actually when I was done with the boil. I sanitized the vessel I was using and did that, and it seems I've done that quite a bit. It seems like it works really well. I've never had any problems with an infection or anything like that.
Yeah, and you didn't have to, this brew day today, you didn't have to adjust anything, did you? Like you didn't have to add water or boil down or anything. You hit your numbers pretty good.
No, that's what I just said. I put the RO water in at the very
you did
end.
put the my bad. I was kind of listening.
And brought it up to 17 and a half gallons, I believe.
We had to add, or two? Or 1.5?
From the mash, we added 2 gallons after
after sparging.
Yeah, after sparging.
But I planned on doing that from the very beginning, because my kettle was so full that I got down to the point where I didn't have a lot of sugar left, and I was at 18 gallons, and I said, well, I checked it to see what the sugar level was on what was still coming out.
Sure.
And I said, I'm just going to cut it off and add water, because I'm already higher than I need to be. So it worked well. I think I do that a lot of times. It just depends on kind of what the sugar level is of what I'm still getting out as I'm going. So.
Right. And James working over there. We have started boiling, right? You said?
Oh, yeah, we started boiling
the timer
15 minutes ago. So
okay, that's what I marked down on my timer.
So tell me this, Todd. Frequently, I don't think it's going to happen this time, but after boil is done, we don't have enough, and we've added ice cold water. I mean, it's bottled water, but I've kept in a fridge, and we've added that straight to the.
We don't do it every time, but you're talking about you're talking about doing the chilling process.
Yeah, to help cool down, but also because we were short on volume. Like I said, we, like out of this, we want to get, we're trying to get, 2 5-gallon things. So the start of our boil was 13. Mm-hmm. We're trying to get 5.5 per keg, or 5 1/4 because the trub. So per fermenter, we want 5 1/4 gallons. We started our boil at 13, needing 11 and a half.
11 and a half, yeah.
So
I showed Todd. I gave you all the numbers last night, Todd. You said
I think that's fine. I mean, I do it. Like I said, I do it frequently. I think using cold water helps you bring your temperature down. The only reason I didn't use cold water is I didn't have the foresight to do that. What I should have done is taken 2 or 3 or 4 gallons or whatever I needed and put it in the fridge overnight, and then put it in and help cool down a little faster than what I did.
Proper planning prevents poor performance.
Poor performance. Thank you, Dad. That's an original saying from my father. I have heard it a million times, and now Josh gets to hear it all the time.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Thank you, Mr. Burns.
And you thought he wasn't listening all those years, right?
Yeah, see? Yeah. Got you. Yeah. All right. We do have a show. I'm going to start it off. We have feedback from our buddy Troy. Make sure y'all can hear it. He left it at our hotline at 325-305-6107. And Troy said, oh, no, pardon me. This isn't from Troy.
Hey, guys. I have a quick listener feedback regarding a couple of episodes ago about hops getting stuck in the disconnects. So I ran into the same issue myself, a couple of the brews, and what one way that I figured out to work best is when I rack the beer into the keg, I siphon out of the carboy, and I add a hot bag to either the bottom side going into the carboy or the tube on the siphon, and that seems to help catch any residue or hop particles that and prevent it from going inside the keg. Like I said, I siphon, and that seems to work perfect for the past 10 brews. As far as other ways,
This is so funny. I added the wrong. That was from last week.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I have heard that.
That's so
before.
funny. That's from last week.
On another episode.
It is, and that's hilarious. I gotta find. Now I have to find the audio, because I was like, wait a second. That was from last week. Here we go. We're gonna get the right one on. It's this right here. Joshua, what are you doing? All right, let me add it on here. In the meantime, let us.
I'm sure. I mean, you're going to probably edit that out, right?
Of course I will.
Yeah, live, yeah.
Of course I will.
Whatever.
Oh, the live stream gets this. Yeah, Daniel. It's Daniel's fault down there, because he said, I want to watch it live for the bloopers. You jerk, Daniel. All right, here we go. This is our live feedback for this week is from our buddy Fred. He's Blind Brew Guy on Instagram. We were talking about favorite guests or whatever, and we have questions coming up. Fred's one of my favorite people on Instagram. So here is this week's listener feedback.
Hey, Joshua and Todd and James, if you happen to be listening. This is Fred, the Blind Brew Guy, and I was calling in with some feedback for episode 241, where you talk about using a long dip tube on the gas post of a corny keg. The only thing I would add is, if you do that, make sure you have a functioning check valve somewhere on your gas distribution system. Otherwise, if your CO2 tank runs dry, you could feed beer back through the dip tube, through the gas line, into your regulator, and into the CO2 tank. I won't elaborate on why I know this can happen, but it definitely can happen. As a bonus, I will add a brew day mistake. I was brewing a batch of your true to style alt beer a while back. The brew day went great, and I came to pitch the pack of Imperial Kaiser yeast. The only problem is that it had fallen behind one of my kegs in the kegerator and was wedged up against the cooling plate, and it froze solid. I know you're not supposed to freeze yeast, but I didn't have a lot of other options, so I pitched the frozen cake of yeast. The fermentation went fine. The beer tasted great.
Wow.
Everything worked out perfect in the end. So I don't know if that's because Imperial yeast is that good, but anyway, it worked. So you guys keep up the good work, and we'll maybe talk to you later. Cheers.
Thank you, Fred. Now that I had the right, you're right, Todd. I'm not going to edit out the last mistake I just did, because we're recording a day late anyways. Now I'll publish it. But Fred came through with this week's listener feedback. We appreciate you, Fred.
That was good.
I like how we have so many people who will write in or call in with tips, but it's not because of learned experience. It's not like he let that happen to his CO2 tank. I mean, it's just common knowledge that he's just passing on to us. It's not that he ruined,
Yeah, that's it.
Check valves,
absolutely.
Yeah. Check valves are a wonderful thing. Check valves.
So all of the systems from Keg Connection, when you buy a system, we normally have a check valve on the regulator, and we also have check valves on the air manifolds as well. So if you've got a system where you're going from a regulator to an air manifold, you actually have double check valves, but there's always a check valve no matter what type of system you have. So it is very important, and there are I've seen a lot of companies selling air manifolds and regulators without check valves, and I think it's a bad idea. So
it's dangerous. You're flirting with disaster when you're using unchecked valve line. And even
I have gotten Taprite regulators back, or Chud now, the one that we used to sell before they went out of business, that where somebody didn't have a check valve.
Yep.
They removed it or did their own or whatever, and had them flooded with beer, and we had to clean everything out. It's not fun. So definitely use a check valve.
It's not fun. And I know, James, you can attest from CM Becker, you sell a lot of check valve disconnects. For people.
And I also want to apologize. I haven't had anything to eat all morning, and we've been on live for almost 4 hours now.
Yeah, no, you're good.
So I'm trying to get something down my stomach because I'm kind of hungry. But yes, I agree. check valves are awesome. They're a great thing to have. I have actually flooded a regulator doing that, and it's not fun to clean up.
You have flooded one?
Oh, yeah.
Was it repairable? Like, I mean, you like.
When it happened, I took it all apart, washed it, put it back together, and it worked fine. So
Okay, because I know you and Todd, and I don't like sucking up to Todd, especially with his dad around. But Todd knows like regular. Like if I have a regular question, it's always to Todd. I remember, Todd, you do more stringent testing than the manufacturers were doing at one point, and you were sending them like your tips on video. He's so obnoxious. He had his camera. He goes, "Okay, what I'm gonna do here that you should be doing," and like showing them tips to send to them. It was fan, but you did get it resolved. I mean, that it worked. You know, Todd knows how to be the squeaky wheel or whatever the saying is. But thank you, Fred, so much for submitting that question. We do have 3 questions for this sweet show, guys, so let's get it going. The first question was a text message from our buddy Mike, who used our hotline at 325-305-6107. Mike wrote, Q's for 250. Favorite episode? Favorite guest? Great job, fellas, on 250 podcasts. It is crazy that it's been 250, and James has been with us for 200 for 200 of them, technically 202 of them. That's my favorite episode, James, was the first one you were on. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Clay?
I do, yeah, Clay, if you're still in the chat. We did have fun that time because we got pretty toasted, and we're trying a bunch of different beers in the old front entry of the office. I actually did have a great time on that episode, but I think my favorite his first question was favorite episode. Goes line in line. We talked about it on the live stream for the Trub Club earlier. Every episode we have Horst Dornbush on is going to be my favorite episode. I do believe the guy is such a wealth of knowledge, and he's really fun to talk to, especially when he knows he's not being recorded. He becomes even more fun. James, I'll let you eat. Todd, you answer.
Horst.
No, go ahead.
I think Horst was a great episode, and no disrespect, but where you had to shave your beard on the episode is probably my favorite.
That was episode 100, I think.
You did that online.
Yeah.
I did.
You lost a bet. What was the bet?
I don't remember, but I lost it. I remember that. And I shaved on
the. I've never even seen you with that.
I don't think I saw that
episode.
episode.
Your child?
It did. It scared my youngest at the time, which was Esther. Yeah, it scared her. No, it couldn't have been Esther, because episode 100 couldn't have been more than 4 years ago. So
beats me.
Yeah, it might have been. No, it was probably young Hannah. But yeah, I definitely scared my children. My wife didn't like it, which is funny because she always gripes about the beard, and then when the beard's gone, I'm starting to think women just gripe. Or my wife. Pardon me. Sorry. Sometimes I overgeneralize, but yeah, Clay is in the chat, James. He says, remind me to bring Todd more sour beers. I remember you bringing one that night, and it was god awful. And I remember, I think
that was the first time I've ever had one.
Well, I think I humored you. I was like, oh, that's not the worst I've ever had. And I mean, that's probably true, but it was still terrible. It was still a bad beer. James, what about you for favorite episode or favorite guest or all of the above?
Well, we had talked about this earlier, and I was talking about Horst, and that was a good episode. But I actually forgot about the very first one we did with Clay and I. I'm thinking I'm going to change my opinion and say that was the most fun, because we got to taste beers I'd never had before. Clay and I were pretty active in brewing at that time. He still lived in Comanche, so we spent a lot of time together and got to kind of meet you, and that was probably my favorite episode.
It was fun. And do y'all remember, I actually did edit this out. We remember when two people who worked at the company at the time, I don't know what they were doing there. I think maybe they knew we were recording, but they came in like they just barged in, and they had dates.
I think they just walked right in.
I think they were just trying to show off that they had dates.
Was this audio only, or was
it was audio? It was the days of audio only,
okay.
And I'm pretty sure I edited that part out because they just walked in like, "Hey, what are y'all doing in here?" I'm like, "We're recording, you jerks. What are y'all doing?" "Oh, just have some dates on our like." "Oh, okay. You paid these ladies? That's not cool." But yeah, that was a really fun episode. I think any of the live streams we do are also some of my favorite, just because of how much fun. Usually we do live streams all in person. I like this one because I like how much beer we're yielding. So doing it remotely is working out for us, specifically for the party.
Yeah. I think. Oh, y'all brewed 10 gallons, right?
Smell
Sorry. Yes. Yeah. We're brewing 10. That's correct.
Okay. I still think, I was going to say 45. I still think we're going to get 45 gallons because we made up for what you were lacking here. We brewed
Got it.
3.5 batch. We brewed 3.5 batches if you do a 5-gallon batch.
We got to get a brow tag over here because, well, I mean, he still thinks we're going to get he wants to do a good brew day on the solo prototype.
I'm going to.
No, we're not.
I'm going to.
No, we're not.
I've got to buy a pump, and I'm going to.
No, we're not.
It'll
Is your
look fun.
name?
Maybe I think what you should do to get a good brew on the solo is maybe eliminate the weak link in the system.
I'm thinking I'll probably have to do it by myself, Todd. Not in reference to what you're saying at all, but
I wasn't listening. What are you referring to? That's not very nice at all. I think to wrap up this first question, because we're doing this episode not to just ride me. I am happy every week we get to do an episode, and that's not the cop-out answer. It's just this is absolutely my favorite thing to do for what we do. Believe it or not, some people will write in and ask me, "What do you do for Todd?" And my first answer is always like, "Who are you? You my mother? Like none of your business." He doesn't even know what I do for him. Take it easy. But my second part to it is like the podcast is, what would you say, Todd? 15%, 20% of what I do for you, realistically. It's not the bigger chunk, that's for sure. And
no. I hope it's not 20%. Yeah.
Oh, you're right. I'm bad at math. We've established I'm bad at math. But I just mean,
you only do it an hour a week.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Wait, how many hours?
Pretty good gig.
Wait, how many hour weeks?
You only work 5 hours every week.
So, anyways, that'll do it for this episode of the. James took off. All right. Mike, though, thank you so much for submitting that question. We did get, if I didn't get to your question in the chat or that you sent me, Mike's was basically what summed up a ton of it. A lot of people, and I like doing those kinds of recap questions for these milestone episodes. Because 250, we started doing the show in 2015 or 2014, and we had a 9 to 11 month period where we weren't doing them at all. And then we picked back up. So we've been doing the show for a while. 250 is a big number. I remember, Todd, friends of ours who do the Drips and Drafts podcast, where they did it over at Keg Outlet, Brendan and Carrie, recently, didn't they hit you up like, dude, you've done, it was like at the time, 245 episodes? Are you serious? Like, it's not common.
Yeah.
But anyway, so moving on, this next question doesn't need James, but he might have headphones on and he can hear us when he gets back. Mike, now's a great time to remind you and anyone listening, if and when we take a question on a future episode, we do give you a $25 gift card to kegconnection.com. Question number 2 came from our buddy Paul M., who used the submission form at homebrewhappyhour.com. Paul wrote, "Can I use nitrogen to dispense other beer styles that are not stouts? My new setup is one tap, and that tap is an inner tap nitro faucet. If I want to tap a different style of beer keg, do I need to use CO2 and a different tap too? Cool show. I just found it." Yeah, we know you just found it because you're not using a CM Becker V3N. Todd. Yeah. Oh, there you're back, James. What would you say? Oh, I had to get your hops. No worries. You poured in our hops, right?
The 60 minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm about to go and grind coffee grounds. They have to go
for
in
the flame out?
even though it's still
I'll say we got
30 minutes.
Yeah. What would y'all say for using nitrogen for other beers? I'll start by saying Old Speckled Hen, which is an English bitter or an English mild, is my favorite non-stout to drink on nitro. It is so smooth. The cans use, I guess, the same widget that Guinness has or something similar. And they're delicious.
Boddington's uses the same thing.
And Boddington's Honey Ale is another one I was going to bring up too. UK seems to utilize the nitro for a lot of non-stouts. Todd, would you say he'd be okay dispensing a pale ale or a Kolsch or anything else? Or would you say, no, you need to have separate systems for each style?
Well, no, I mean, if you want to dispense it as a stout, you certainly could, just use the same process as you're using. I've been to many brew pubs where they have they have the same beer, one on CO2 and one on stout. So you can kind of see the difference in it. And rarely are those a stout. There's some other style of beer.
And when you say on stout,
they're saying, try this on CO2 and try this on
nitro,
on nitrogen. And you get one of each and try them side by side. I think it's a lot of fun to do that. any beer can be served that way but it will definitely change the taste and you don't have as much. It still has CO2, but you don't have as much CO2, so less carbonic acid and just a different taste.
Well, that's what I'll throw it to you, James. As far as I know, nobody in the world is using like pure nitrogen. When we're talking about nitro, we're talking about beer gas, which is a big mix of nitro and CO2, right? So there shouldn't be an issue, like Todd's saying.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Beer gas is used if you've got long draw systems where you don't want to overcarbonate the beer. But if you want, I would do an English ale, and serve it on nitro. Absolutely. Yep.
Do you see any benefit of removing the diffuser? Because like the V3N, and I know the Intertap, I believe Captain Etchin sells them, or used to. The diffuser that is removable, is it worth taking that out, or because you still want it broken up if you're using that?
Well, you would remove the diffuser if you were serving it on CO2, not nitrogen.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. You only if you want to use that. So yes. Okay. So, Paul, here's a good point. That I was jumping steps and not giving context. You can use that V3N for all your stouts or anything you're dispensing with nitrogen, and you could use it as well if you ever switch to CO2 to be your dispensing gas, and you would just remove that diffuser, and boom, now you've got a functioning faucet with that isn't going to be.
Yeah, it's just a standard faucet at that point. It's really no different. The diffuser is the only thing that makes it different.
Yeah, in fact, we offer one that you can take. Everything's in the nozzle. You can take the nozzle off, it unscrews. You can pull the diffuser, and there's a little alignment piece behind the diffuser. You pop those out, and it works like a regular Ford ceiling faucet. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously I'm pushing the V3N with some bias. We do have Mr. Carlson, the chief, the director of operations at cnbecker.com on the show. But it really is. I love the versatility of the faucet, but also the animated video we did, I think, is my favorite part of that faucet. But yeah, Paul,
cool,
to wrap up your question, Paul, you can use your current system exactly how it is, and let us know. Write in, since you're new to the show and you've already got a $25 gift card. Write in and let us know what style you did and how it turned out, because I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with how nitro will enhance or what it changes. To me, it's specifically usually mouthfeel, creaminess, but like Todd usually has Old Speckled Hen a quarter of the year, and I usually drink most of it. Sorry, Mr. Burns. I don't think you have any in.
I think I just bought some 2 days ago when I was coming back from Dallas.
Yeah, buddy.
So you're in luck next time you come, but it's not nitrogenated. It's just standard. It's CO2. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the one that I have, I apologize that my brewing assistant is sleeping during the podcast, but he's
look at him over there. My dad, I think, I'm sicking my dad over on the neighbor to go, why are you mowing right now? We're outside. if you're audio only, I apologize. We're outside, and we got the propane you can hear, and like I said, with the neighbors are mowing. But Clay, hey, before we wrap up this question, because it's relevant, Clay in the chat asked, are there any other gases besides CO2 or nitrogen that could be used for beer? And he's saying AR. Is that argon? What is AR? You're the
argon.
Argon.
I mean, yeah, it's an inert gas, is what you.
Totally inert gas, and probably helium could.
Turn the mic on him.
Helium, that'd be fun. We should do a helium.
There was go ahead.
No, I mean, I've never tried argon. I don't know what it would do. I mean, I've used it to push wine before, because it doesn't impart any flavor at all, and it's very neutral. And I don't know, but helium. So would you talk funny if you had helium in the beer?
Turn the mic on him.
Oh, that might. Yeah.
Depending on how much beer you'd had.
Well, also too, isn't helium terribly expensive?
It probably is.
I think for the amount we'd need, I think it's probably.
They fill balloons with it, so it's not that expensive.
Oh, good point. You're right, and it's also, correct me if I always heard helium is a gas that we have a finite amount of. Like when we're out of helium, we're out of helium. There is no like regenerating helium. Is that true, or is that some pseudoscience from Alex Jones? Because I listen to InfoWars too much, which I don't. I'm just joking, Mom.
It's mostly true.
Okay. Story of my life.
Lemon raised source.
That's the name of my memoir, Mr. Burns. Mostly true. That's I live in that great.
Yeah, if I remember you actually talking about that before, where you're like, I can't believe they fill balloons with helium because it's so limited.
Yeah, it's a unique gas. You know, it has unique properties, very low molecular weight and totally inert, and it has much better use, higher uses than filling balloons.
Yeah, like beer. We should do a beer with
No,
it.
like MRI machines, I believe, right? Didn't helium used in the invention of the MRI? I think. I don't know.
Probably to cool it.
Oh,
You
cool.
don't
Okay.
have
See,
the,
look, I make up stuff all the time. We're no strangers to that. But anyway, Clay, that's a great add-on to that question. Yeah, I think, as long as we have CO2, which during the beginning of lockdowns and stuff last year, there was a shortage, and I was legitimately getting worried, like, oh my gosh, how is this going to affect our industry? And thankfully, we didn't see a huge spike in unavailability, right, Todd? I'd say we
Yeah, no,
it was,
we never had an issue
with
finding
other
it where
things.
we are.
Yeah, correct, exactly. So, anyways, Paul, thank you so much for submitting the question. I've got one last question before we then have some wrapping up stuff. And this one is the voicemail from Troy. That
This one really cracks me up because you gave us a printout of the question. And I can't understand it at all from the printout. Google must have translated it.
I told you, Google translation or Google transcript from voicemails is garbage. You'd think that they'd get better because they're always listening to us. Like I could tell the Google right now something, and I'll get advertisements for that for the rest of the week. But anyway, it's hard to tell from the transcript. But when I play it right now, this is from our buddy Troy in Mississippi, leaving us our final question for this week's show.
Hey, Joshua, Todd, and James. Got a quick question for you about a four-way manifold, I guess is what we would call it. Or so I got some keys are at the house with 4 taps on it, and for the longest time I've just had three kegs going for 3 taps. I know it's sacrilegious to say I got a 4-tap keezer and only have 3 taps going, but so I finally got around to kegging the brown ale. Went to hook up the gas to it, and nothing. Started looking at it, and I got no flow through that 4th valve on that manifold. So just trying to figure out what I need to do before probably get online and look. But just wanted to see if you guys had any input as to what may be causing it. The other 3 valves work fine, carving up the beer and serving the beer fine on those, but that 4th one, just for whatever reason, I get no flow through that. So just want to get your opinion on it. Thanks, guys. Oh, by the way, I don't think I said this. This is Troy over in Mississippi again. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Thank you, Troy, for submitting the question. James, do you feel comfortable with me throwing this to Todd? He's usually the manifold guy.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Todd, what do you think?
I would have to get if I was going to guess on this. My first suspicion would be a stuck check valve.
Yep.
I've seen that before on a valve where the check valve itself is stuck. Sometimes you can turn the pressure up quite a bit and get it to, sometimes when they unstick, they stay unstuck. That may be it.
Unstick.
So that may be it, but it could, I would always take it off of the disconnect and open it and make sure that it's not flowing otherwise and do some other due diligence. But if it is that and it's stuck and you cannot get it unstuck, you can take the front of it off, and on a lot of them, you can actually take the front off and pull out the mechanism, look at it, put it back together, put it back on. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you bought it from us, call us. We'll send you another valve. It may be a bad valve. We actually test them all.
We do.
We always turn them on and make sure they're flowing. So what I've had happen before, we had a whole batch of them, 5,000 of them one time that would do this constantly, and we ended up having to rebuild every single one of them by hand. And what it was doing was there was a little ball in there and a spring, and the parts weren't good, and they were
flailing around, and then boom, it would stick on that spring and it get wedged and stop. So we actually put what's called a duckbill valve in instead on those to fix them. Both of those systems are using a check valve, both a duckbill valve and a ball and a spring. So anyway, I would just replace it if you can't get it to work from some simple
Well,
tests.
Jimmy in the chat's asking, could it be a backwards check valve? And I thought that too. That sometimes it can be improperly installed, right? In the actual inside the check valve.
Well,
it's not likely, but
yeah, I've actually had that happen as well. But it wouldn't be on the air distributor on those valves coming out, because of the way that check valve is. You can't turn it around and screw it in, because it's a male flared on one side. But what I have had happen, this happened very recently actually. Customer had a whole system, very upset. He said, I can't get it to work. There's something wrong with it. And he worked and worked and worked on it. And we were on the phone for quite a while and went back and forth. And I said, look, just box it up, send it to me, and I'll take a look at it. I get a text about 10 minutes later, and he said, I had put a little, not on the air distributor, but in line before it got to the air distributor, I had put a check valve on, and the check valve that I put on, I put on upside down. So the check valve was working fine. It was doing exactly what it was supposed to do.
Yeah.
It was stopping the flow in air in that direction. So yeah, that could obviously be an issue in some systems, but not necessarily with in a air distributor with one of those valves.
And knowing you, James, if it was you and your setup, you'd probably disassemble it and reassemble. I mean, you'd try to resolve it that way, right? Through disassembly and process of elimination.
Yeah, I would look at the valve first, like Todd. It's possible it's a check valve. I also have had, over the years, I've had gate valve handles strip in the center, and it's actually the handle's moving, but it's not moving the valve in the center. But you can tell because it'll be a lot looser feel, but it's probably a check valve.
Yeah.
We'll go over there. Sorry, I was trying to show. We got hops adding in. Y'all can't see it on y'all's end, but we've got the boil cam going. And they can see for our 15 minutes.
Oh, so that's on the podcast. We just can't see it.
Correct. Yeah. I haven't figured out how to use Zoom with the open broadcast software and have it all coming together, but I was able to overlay it so they can see. We're doing the breakfast. Lorena just joined us in chat. She goes, I didn't realize you were doing this. Darn it. Missed the whole thing. You missed it on purpose. We know, Lorena. We know.
Lorena, we're very excited about your visit. So we're glad that you joined. Lorena's coming to visit. She's going to be here in the barn. We're going to clean it up for you, though. We brewed today, so it's a bit of a mess today. But yeah, we're excited about you and Bob coming for a visit.
Yeah, I am super excited. It was funny because she told me the dates, and I said, "Oh, I know. Todd told me. He said I had to be there." She goes, "Well, I thought you'd want to be there. I didn't know you had to be." So I'm already on thin ice with Lorena, and James, you'll like this. Her husband Bob wants to come, and he said, "I want to meet Josh." It was kind of like that scene when Jim's roommate wants to meet Dwight because he doesn't think he's real. That's how she presented it to me. Like Bob doesn't think you're real. So she's in the chat, and she just said, "Not as excited as we are. I think it looks great. Need the dog for sure." Yeah, it's gonna be fun. That's gonna be in early December. We are obviously gonna have to do a show with her then, right? I mean, that's probably the most obvious thing.
Oh, I've already told her that she was pretty much stuck here and was going to do a show. She didn't really have any choice. So,
and are we brewing too, or is that asking too much?
I don't know if we'll have time. If she would like to brew, I think that would be a blast. We'll see what they want to do. I know they want to try to do some hunting and relaxing, and maybe we might have a beer or two.
200. Yeah. Lorena, I'm great with the gun, Lorena. You're gonna
have to come and have a beer with us. They're very good people, and she's an amazing developer of recipes and a brewer, and she can ferment anything. If you think of something you want fermented, and she can ferment it for you. I promise you.
There's an episode of Portlandia. We could pickle that. That's what makes me think of Lorena. I can ferment that. Yeah. I can ferment that. That's Lorena. So she said we're going to have a couple, 2-3 beers at least. Yes. Yeah. Who's counting? I'm bad at math. But anyways, I appreciate to wrap all this up because we are basically out of time and that was out of questions. Thank you, Troy, so much for submitting the voicemail. Y'all don't understand, and I'm not even saying this to be funny. Todd and we all, I think, agree. We love the voicemail feedback. The more that gets submitted, the more likely we're going to take it. I think it's hard for Todd to read without his glasses on. So if we can just hear it makes it a lot easier on everybody. But no, I like that kind of.
Yeah, I mean, it's really funny because that last question, I started reading it as I mentioned, and it says, I just had 3 cakes going for free taps. I know it sucks, and the ferry put forward type Keyser.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was really having a hard time understanding that question. So
that's hilarious. But yeah, hey, we have a bonus question real quick. James, can you hear me? I want to get this in because
Sure.
Jimmy just snuck it in. Hey, I'd like to know about if there may be issues with cold crashing early when gravity is at the recipe expected spot, but it's still bubbling away. Like, is he going to get and he said, and the diacetyl using English yeast. Are you going to get some off if you kill it soon?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
That's a James question.
I'm sorry, I got a mouthful.
Well, while he's doing that, that is a great question. I actually wondered the same thing the other day when I went to down to 1.006. I was like, man, this thing's still bubbling when I was at 1.0, and I thought, if I stop it while it's still bubbling, is that going to have any effect? So I should have asked James, and now I've asked. Now somebody has.
No, I mean, you can kill fermentation with temperature. Absolutely. I have a sneaky suspicion that there's a lot of professional brewers that do that, and then they filter the yeast out. If you're doing a lager or any kind of yeast, go to the manufacturer's website. I know you asked about diacetyl with English yeast. Not super familiar with this. Look at the strain and the manufacturer. They'll tell you whether it's producing any diacetyl. Typically don't see that in ale yeast, just lager yeast.
Right.
So
because of
James,
the nature of the yeast.
Right.
I would think that if you were doing this at 70, 68, 70 degrees, and you took it all the way, like I did, took it all the way to 10, that at that point you wouldn't have a problem with diacetyl. I wasn't that worried about it.
Yeah, no, not at room temp. It's typically
I
not
don't
an
think
issue
so either.
Yeah.
And we all have some comments too. Matt said there's a chance the bubbling could be the beer off gassing as well. That's possible.
It's possible. It depends on how vigorous it is,
Yeah.
If it's very, very, very slow, that could be possible. But if it's bubbling like Todd's, it was pretty constant, that's yeast activity. So
absolutely. Oh, and Steve,
just kind of play it by ear.
Steve in the chat, thank you. He's joining us from Whit Sundays in Australia. Just got home from work. What did I miss? You missed it all, but thank you for being a part. I was giving Australia a lot of props in our live stream, or the 3 hours ago. I was thanking y'all. We have a very large audience growing in Australia and the UK. It's pretty cool to see an international audience. Todd, I think we need to go visit, do an international.
We do. Unfortunately, we lose quite a few listeners in Australia every time you do your Australian accent. But
I don't know. Foster's Lager, mates, and kangaroos. And I watch a lot of Disney, and the only one I know is Bruce from Nemo. Is fish are friends, not food. I'm insulting. I'm insulting.
Australians. Yeah,
Steve just gave me the middle finger.
My son had a dog named Bruce, and every time I saw him, I went, "Hello, Bruce."
Hello, Bruce. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, Steve just texted me a middle finger selfie, and oh wow, my phone's flooded with people from Australia. Gotta go. No, I'm kidding. Now, Australians have been very sweet to us. They've been very. We did a lot of good, positive feedback from down under, and we appreciate all you guys in there. I love Australia. Not just the beer culture, the MMA culture. Australia is growing in popularity, in New Zealand too, but a lot of them train in Australia. There's a lot of good homegrown fighters coming out of Australia. As a fan of combat sports, it's cool to watch. But anyways, Clay just said, don't insult Vegemite. I've never had it, so I can't insult it. It can't be any worse than Nutella. Nutella's not very good.
I love Nutella.
Yeah, my daughter loves it.
Oh, but anyway, guys, I could digress all day, but I actually do need to edit or get this published and all that. But thank y'all so much, Mr. Burns. Thank you so much for joining us, Pop. Thank you as well. It's so great to have a three-way brew day. We're gonna 40 gallons of beer is what we're gonna end up yielding. James, don't laugh every time I say three-way. You and Todd are children. There are certain things I can't say.
We enjoyed the three-way with you today, Josh. Thank you.
This is my company today.
Oh, look at yeah, absolutely, Mr. Burns. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. I'll see y'all next week. And everyone who joined us on the live stream, thank you so much. We hope that we can do 250 more or maybe just 2 at more. I mean, we'll see where the podcast takes us. But thank you so much for y'all's time. I appreciate it. And we will catch y'all next week.
Thank you.
No, don't add that. Let me mute channels, and that will do it for this episode of the Homebrew Happy Hour. If you have a question you would like us to discuss on a future episode, go to homebrewhappyhour.com and click on that submit a question link at the top of the page. Or now you can call or text them in by using 325-305-6107. Thank you to our show sponsor, Imperial Yeast. You'll get a free pack of Imperial Yeast with your monthly recipe kits when you join our Trub Club. Go to homebrewhappyhour.com/club to learn more. On behalf of Todd Burns, James Carlson, and the Pearl Media Network, I'm Joshua Steubing. Thank you for listening. All right. Did anyone even stick around on the Zoom? Let's see. They didn't. They all left. I thought I told them before. Yeah, I thought I told them before we were recording that, we could wrap up the live stream a little bit more formally. And we still have some people in the chat. Guys, thank y'all so much. Let me go to the boil cam real quick. Oh, it's up in the corner. Boil cam. We're about to do our 5-minute hops. He's doing a protein skim. Most of y'all are familiar with that. We learned it from Mr. Carlson. James is a big fan of skimming the protein off during the. We're still live streaming.
I didn't know.
Yeah. No, I'm wrapping that up. I stopped the recording because I'm gonna edit it and then publish it, and then I thought I told James and Todd to stick around. They always this habit of theirs to just get out of here. So, anyways, we are. You don't have to. I'm wrapping it up because you probably need some help. Okay.
No, there's no audio on me.
Oh, you had no audio?
Not coming out here, no.
Then that's on your headphones.
I didn't unplug it. Oh, I turned them off.
Turning it off is the equivalent of muting.
You turn the switch off,
which I do all the time. They don't work when you turn it off.
Yeah,
that's weird.
Old school. They have power.
Anyway, that'll do it, guys. Oh, it plays. It's like the end of a Marvel movie. No, I'm just going to drop utter disappointment. Thank you again so much for joining us for the live stream. This was almost 3 hours and 42 minutes. That is nuts. And some of y'all stuck around the whole time. Do you not have jobs? Are y'all like me? Does your boss think that you do stuff?
Friday. Yeah, I thought it was Saturday.
It's Friday. It's Friday.
Every day's Saturday.
Every day is Saturday when you're retired.
I'm not retarded.
Yeah, I didn't say that.
I'm sorry.
Can't say that. We're not recording. It's okay. Thank you so much, and we'll see you for the next 250. All right, later.